you guys are connected, when the fire comes out, okay, and the crowd goes crazy and they do those things, when you guys are connected, that crowd is a little louder. So small flame, okay, that connection creates gasoline on the fire, man. All right, and we could have a special season, okay, but it starts and ends with you guys.
It's going to be picked off. Amarian Williams. What a play. Right corner. It's going to be caught over the shoulder.
Liberty football, it's got to mean something to you. It's got to mean something to you.
It's a snap. On the ball, batted down. Game is over. Throws end zone. It's caught. Line him up. Touchdown, Liberty. Tyson Mobley. An acrobatic catch on the far sideline. Tipped and intercepted by the Flames. He's into the pylon in the end zone. Oh my God, he hit C.J. Bazell. Not even a tip. Line him up. Touchdown, Liberty.
You're watching CUSA football on ESPN. There's nothing quite like a college football Saturday, and here in Lynchburg, Virginia, these fans are ready to kick off the 2025 season. It's a new look Liberty Flames roster welcoming in the Maine Black Bears. And we welcome you into our booth here high above Williams Stadium. Alongside Joe Yock, I'm Matt Warner, thrilled to be back for another season of football. Let's start with these Liberty Flames. 8-4 a year ago, disappointing season by their standard. They missed out on the Conference USA Championship game, so they revamped the roster, looked to some new leaders, most obviously at the quarterback position, where Ethan Vasco won a lengthy battle for the job. Joe, the question is, what does he bring to the table for this offense?
Yeah, I think Ethan Vasco is the right man for the job because, one, I think he brings a clarity of leadership to this football team, and then two, he brings a toughness in the running game. He reminds me of a young Mike Allstott.
Throwback.
There's not going to be a lot of sliding around.
Yeah.
And then the third thing that I think he brings is the ability to get the ball downfield to a depth of explosive receivers that Liberty has.
On the other side for Maine, they also flipped a lot of their roster, a program that is building, improved by 3 wins a season ago. But this is a tough environment here in Williams Stadium. Not a lot of opponents have had success here. What's the key for them here today?
Yeah, I really believe that this whole offense, this whole team is going to revolve around Carter Peavy. Carter Peavy's a 6-year guy and a graduate student, and he's played in tough environments.
Sure.
He's been to an Oklahoma before, and so I think as he has the ability to throw the ball downfield and he can make those plays. And then let's not forget about there's nothing fake about Sincere Baines, the running back. This is a running back, and if they can get that running game going, they're going to have an opportunity to stick around, be in this game potentially into the fourth quarter.
All right, well, we have a moment. Let's talk a little bit more about that Liberty quarterback battle that took place this fall, and with that, we send it down to the third member of our crew, Annie Corey.
Well, Matt and Joe, what started out as a quarterback competition with 4 names in the hat was narrowed down to just 2 on August 13th. Ethan Vasco and Ryan Berger. They were taking equal reps in practice until August 23rd when Flames head coach Jamie Chadwell officially named him the starter. Coach Chadwell told me that Ethan has a humble aura about him that players crave. They want to be around him, and Coach Chadwell said they're willing to run through a wall for their starting quarterback. But something else to take note of today, guys, Ryan Berger, he suffered a concussion in practice this week, so it'll be Michael Merdinger backing up Ethan Vasco today.
Yeah, quite the development there with Ryan Berger. Feel bad for that young man who's battled injury throughout his career. All right, let's introduce you to the 2 head coaches. 4th season at Maine for Jordan Stevens. Played his college ball there. This program means a lot to him. 9-25 during his time there with the Black Bears. On the other side, 3rd season for Jamie Chadwell, leading these Flames. Took them to a Fiesta Bowl and a Conference USA Championship in year 1. Took a little bit of a step back last season, hoping to get back to championship caliber here in 2025. Maine won the toss. They deferred to the second half, so it'll be the Liberty Flames receiving this opening kick. Juju Gray back to return it, the explosive return man for the Flames.
Yeah, Juju Gray is quite a return guy coming over from NC State, transferring a couple years ago. He's the ability to take one to the house.
It's going to be returnable. Takes it at the 5-yard line. Running near side. Cuts it up. Has some room across the 30 and spun down at the 34-yard line. So the Flames will begin with good field position as Ethan Vasco gets set to take the field for the first time as a Flame.
Yeah, you take a look right here. There's a great job with the wall return. Middle return to left, come up left side, inside block, outside block. Create a little space there for Juju Gray to get through. You give him one more block right there. Like I said earlier, he's the kind of guy that can go the distance with a kickoff in the special teams game.
So there's a look at Vasco. 12 starts a season ago at Coastal Carolina. Dual threat runner. Get out of Chesapeake, Virginia. The guy that this Liberty staff actually tried to recruit 3 different times. Couldn't get him to Coastal Carolina when he was coming out of high school. Couldn't get him to Liberty when he transferred from Kansas, and then finally got him this past offseason as he transfers here from
14
Coastal.
minutes, 54 seconds.
All right, so the clock didn't start on that kick. Listen, it's week 1 for everybody.
You know, you got to press the button.
Knock
get
off
the clock
the rust.
moving. Knock it off.
That's right. So there we go. We get that situated. And I think we're finally set to play a little football here. Vasco, 2 backs behind him. Liberty will run that 2-back system. Juju Gray in there. He moves out into the slot. 4 wide receivers. Vasco looks to throw on first down, fires it wide of his intended target, Dante Lee Jr.
Yeah, they're just trying to get Vasco settled in with a quick hitch to the outside. Look like he's just got to settle his feet, stay to your fundamentals, get him a couple easy throws to start the game. But good job by Maine defense. You're going to see these corners play it. You watch Maine, they're not afraid to get a little bit tight, play a little bit of press coverage on the outside there.
3 receivers to the right side now. They give up the middle. Caden Williams, nice run, picks up about 5 or 6. The redshirt freshman out of Georgia. Played a little bit last season, but they expect him to be a big part of this offense here in 2025.
Yeah, and that's Liberty's bread and butter. Liberty's bread and butter in Jamie Chadwell offense is everything starts with running in between the tackles. Put yourself into a third manageable situation.
Liberty lost over 2,500 rushing yards from a season ago, so looking to replace those contributions. 3rd down, a strike fired in, and it is caught just enough for the first down. It's Reese Smith with the first reception of the season.
Yeah, I really like that play on 3rd down. You get out here into a trips bunch formation, and then able to run a little snag route by Reese Smith, come across the middle.
Some tempo now. They swing it right back to Smith again, surrounded and dropped. No gain. May have lost half a yard. Devin Vaught on the tackle. He's one of the leaders of this defense for Maine.
Yeah, you can see how Maine comes out with the mindset of trying to press receivers to the outside and being very aggressive, not playing far away from the ball and giving everything underneath. They are showing an aggressiveness early.
It's the Maine team that gave up just shy of 30 points a game last year. Vasco again going to sling it. Dante Lee with the reception. Quickly surrounded and dropped. Short pickup will bring up about 3rd and 6. All right, let's take a look at your impact players here today, Joe. How do you see this one breaking down?
Yeah, I think that connection between Ethan Vasco and Jamari Person. I think Jamari Person has the opportunity to be one of the best players in Conference USA. But then on the other side, the other Jamari Gibson, the defensive back, may be matched up against him a lot. And then the leader on that defense, linebacker Christian Thomas, outstanding football player.
It's a Maine defense, not a lot of experience on the defensive line. But that linebacker group, kind of the heart and soul of that side of the ball for them. They do bring back some production. So another 3rd down for Liberty. 3rd and 6. Pressure right in the face of Vasco. Avoids it. Looking to run. Weaving through traffic. And looks like he may just have enough for another Liberty first down.
Yeah, that's a great job by Vasco stepping up in the pocket. And you'll see right here, Caden Williams does a good job meeting the linebacker in the hole and just doing enough to give Vasco the opportunity to slip through that, weave his way into a first down.
Yeah, the redshirt freshman we mentioned didn't have a lot of experience, but a good job there in pass protection. So Flames move the chains once again. Twice have converted on 3rd down. That was a struggle for this Maine defense a season ago, getting off the field. The option, Juju Gray gets it running far side. An explosive athlete, is able to get about 6. And he is a guy, Joe, in talking to this Liberty coaching staff, they said we have got to keep getting the ball in number 1's hands.
Yeah, they use him in the return game. You see right here, they pull the big tackle cactus Jack Turner around the corner. They give him a little bit of extra space, a blocker up front. But yeah, you're exactly right, Matt. Juju Gray's a guy. They are going to know exactly how many touches. Willie Corn, offensive coordinator, will know how many touches they want to get him a game, and it's going to be a lot.
Gray, Williams remaining there. You also see Vaughn Blue at times in that backfield for Liberty. That trio of backs expected to get most of the work this season. Vasco going to tuck it, run, fall forward, and he'll be about 2 yards shy of the marker.
Yeah, I really like what Vasco did there. Sometimes it's the little things with your eyes. He made it look as if he's trying to throw the inside slant to the slot, but that was a design quarterback draw all the way, which allowed the linebackers to expand a little bit there, give him that little lane to put him in a 3rd and short.
Liberty's converted on their first 2 third down opportunities. Another one here. Give up the middle. Williams has enough for the first down. So good start for the redshirt freshman. This is a kid, he only had 47 yards rushing a season ago. But they are going to lean on him. Gives you a little bit different look than a Juju Gray or a Vaughn Blue. A little bit more of a between the tackles guy.
Yeah, he's got a little muscle, a little punch to him, and that's like I said earlier, that is what really the bread and butter Liberty's offense is, and it wears you down over the course of a game.
Liberty a top 5 rushing offense in the country each of the last 2 seasons under Jamie Chadwell. A lot of that Quentin Cooley, who graduated after last season. Option coming near side. Vasco short pickup as he was hit and dropped. Latrell Couchman, one of the captains for the Black Bears, there on the tackle.
Yeah, that's a good job defending. That option part of Liberty's game, when they're able to run between the tackles and they pull that ball out, you have to be really, really disciplined in your option responsibilities. And Couchman does a great job of getting over top from his linebacker position, able to minimize the game right there.
You talk about the physicality that Vasco has running the football. You're Liberty, you're without your number 2 guy now, right? We said Ryan Berger out today. Do you think a little bit more about the kind of hits that Vasco takes in the running game, or you just let him go? We'll find out as he stands in the pocket, fires a little bit too tall, looking for Tyson Mobley streaking across the field.
Yeah, they're getting some pressure right now. I'm impressed with Maine's defensive line. They're getting a little push, and then they're bringing an extra linebacker. They stay in that 3-4 defense right there, so you get a little twist and push, just rushing 4 guys and getting to that quarterback. I'm impressed with the punch they have on that defensive line from Maine. But yeah, I agree with you, Matt. I think you know that with Berger being out, that you're going to have to limit the number of hits that Vasco takes throughout the course of this game, especially in the designed run game.
3rd and long, 5 wide right now for Liberty. Empty backfield. Now Juju Gray comes in motion. Vasco looking to swing it out to him. Gray with the catch, cuts it up. Good block on the outside. High step in his way for another Liberty first down.
Yeah, great job on the swing pass. Just a quick little swing screen. You almost treat that like the run game, but just like you said, not sure who it was on the outside with that block though, but really good job of staying on the block, maintaining the block, and then giving Juju a lane to go through to pick up the first down.
That was Caleb Ryan, the tight end, with the block that freed him up. So Liberty once again converting on 3rd down. Opponents against Maine last season converted on 47% of their 3rd downs. That's been a point of emphasis for Maine this offseason. Hayden Williams, tough running. Nice pickup on 1st down.
Yeah, this right now is a textbook drive for Liberty right now. They're grinding out 5 yards here, picking up 10 yards on the screen pass. I don't know what play we're on right now, but this is how you wear a defense down.
It's kind of been what these Jamie Chadwell offenses have been all about the last couple of seasons. Just grinding teams down, leaning on them throughout a ball game. Vasco designed run, gets that lead blocker there from Williams, now hits a wall. Looks like he may have enough for another first down, and he does.
Yeah, when you look to the flip side of this, if you're trying to look at it from Maine's defensive standpoint, it doesn't really matter when you play a team like Liberty what you do in between the 20s. It's once you get down into that red zone, you have to limit touchdowns. So they have to do everything right now to try to put Liberty in a position where they only have the opportunity to kick a field goal.
This will be the 15th play of the drive. Under 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. A lengthy opening series for the Flames. Vasco looking to bounce it out and denied. Good job by that Maine defense as they were able to get in front of him. Devin Vaught once again in on the tackle.
Yeah, Devin Vaught does a really good job because he saw Vasco really push it up to the inside, but Devin Vaught showed a great deal of patience, showed the patience, and once the bounce happened, he's able to scrape over the top and contain him and get him down for a loss. That's a really, really good linebacker patience right there.
Vaught 5th on the team in tackles a season ago. Also one of their interception leaders on the year. Vasco looking to throw. Pressure comes, fires, has a man a little too far out in front, as now a couple of flags fly. He was looking for the tight end Austin Henderson, who was wide open. And now we'll check the markers.
Yeah, I don't know if it's offensive interference or legal man downfield, but once again, the pressure that Maine is putting on the quarterback in the passing game is pretty impressive early on.
It's number 13, offense, 15-yard penalty, remains second down.
Offensive pass interference.
You know what they call that, right?
What's that?
It's called a pickarooski.
A pickarooski, yeah.
They tried to run the old pickarooski and they got busted.
You wondered why Henderson was running quite that free. And there's your answer.
Fouls on number 2. Number 2.
I just made that up, by the way.
Yeah, I didn't see. I'd never heard that before. Yeah,
I don't think they call it that.
No.
But that sounds good.
So back Liberty up. Now 2nd and goal from the 25. Flames heading the wrong direction. Reese Smith in motion. Vasco time in the pocket, sets, fires downfield, looking for Mobley, and overshot it.
Yeah, well-designed football play. They get Reese Smith, like you said, come in motion. They run him on a corner route. That brings the safety over the top, and then you're trying to run a speed post right through the middle of the field. See, you can see the safety does a good job working back, but just a little bit overthrown. But a well-designed play. Vasco needs to put the ball on the money. There was a window there to complete that pass.
So your 3rd and goal from the 25 now. Does your mind shift a little bit if you're Chadwell to just make this an easy field goal more so than it does throw something to the end zone?
100%.
And with that in mind, they hand it off up the middle. Caden Williams gets it down inside the 20. And Liberty will, we assume, settle for 3, or the attempt for 3 here on this opening drive.
And that's what you want from Maine. Like, even though, like, how much time? 6:40. I mean, look at how many plays we had now. Man, it's going to be 19 or 20 plays. You said 15 a few ago.
Yeah, I think we're at 17.
17 plays.
18, yeah.
I mean, it's unbelievable that Maine is able to withstand that right there and then limit them to what now, 37-yard field goal.
Dave Billingsley on to kick. First year with Liberty. The transfer from Gardner Webb won the battle for the starting kicker job, and boy, that's not the way you want to start the season, huh? Little juice on that Maine sideline. Bend but don't break. The missed field goal, and we're still scoreless here in Lynchburg. pizza man not thrilled with what he's seeing here early on. Liberty had a great opportunity to go out in front, couldn't cash in. Jay Billingsley, first kick in a Liberty uniform, and pushed it a little right. And on the Maine sideline, yes, sir, there you go. A little momentum early. Jordan Stevens liking what he's seeing. And when you're an underdog like they are, coming into an environment like this, he talked about, when we talked with Coach Stevens this week, you know, turnovers are so big because it takes the crowd out of it, gets the momentum back on your side. In effect, that's what you just got.
Yeah, and the thing that this puts a lot of pressure, though, I believe, on Maine's offense, because when you have a 17-play drive by Liberty, now, and the defense bends but doesn't break, they miss a field goal, there's no harm done, no points scored. But now, from Maine's perspective, you got to come out and move the ball, because the last thing you want to do is go 3 and out here and then put that Liberty offense back out on the field again. You can only dodge so many bullets. So it'll be interesting to see how Maine's able to move the ball down the field right here if they can.
There's look at Carter Peavy, 6th collegiate season, 2nd season with the Black Bears. And he's looking to throw on first down. Fires far side, sailed it a little wide of his intended target, Mo Irafen. Peavy, a guy, spent his first 4 seasons at Mercer before joining Maine last season. He was really a dual threat guy at Mercer. Ran the ball a lot, 12 rushing TDs back in 2023. Not so much last season, but he was dealing with an injury throughout a lot of the year. They hope to get his legs more involved here in 2025.
And what I liked about on some of the film that I watched was his ability to extend plays.
Sincere Baines, the running back, standing behind Peavy. They're going to give it to him. Runs into Aiden Vaughn, wrapped up and dropped. Gets 3 or 4 to bring up 3rd down. A whole new running back room for Maine this season. Sincere Baines getting the start here today, a D2 kid out of UNC Pembroke that they think has a chance to be pretty good. But a lot of uncertainty at that running back position for them heading into this opener.
And I think that's going to be one of the keys, Matt, is if Maine wants to have some ball control, they're going to have to stay ahead of the chains and be able to run the football.
3rd and 6. Flames showing pressure. They bring it. Peavy stands in, fires a strike. It's caught. First down, Black Bears. Scott Woods on the reception.
And that's what I like right there from the Maine offensive line. Everybody fingers pointing, knowing which guy we got to pick up. Where's the blitzer? They run a twist. Liberty runs a twist back to the inside. The back slides across the formation, picks up the blitzer, and Peavy's able to throw a dart and convert on 3rd down for a first.
Woods transferring in from Harvard. This is his 5th collegiate season. Just 5'8", little guy, but electric with the ball in his hands. And a first reception for him in a Maine uniform that moves the chains. Peavy trying to keep it surrounded, stood up and dropped. A host of Liberty tacklers there as he had nowhere to go.
And that's what I think is going to be difficult for Peavy to do, is a lot of misdirection, some different direction, misconception on where the ball is going to go, because Liberty's, one thing we know is that linebacking core is well coached, they're very disciplined, and they will stay in their gaps, do their fundamentals. So I think if they're going to run the ball, you're going to have to see Sincere Baines and the Maine running backs go downhill at the Liberty defense.
2nd and 11. They lost 1 on that play. Coming in motion is Trevin Ewing. Peavy has time, fires, hits Ewing, turns it upfield, nearly lost his footing, now has the first down yardage and moves up to his own 48-yard line. So again, Peavy getting some time to stand back there and survey the field, and he finds the open man.
Yeah, and that's what he needed right here, because this was one where he had to let this play develop, let that shallow cross come through. They did a good job of clearing out on the front side with the wide receiver, allow the shallow cross to develop, hit him right there in between the numbers, pick up the first down.
Rashawn Marshall now in at the running back position for Maine as we get a timeout on the field, a stoppage.
The previous play is under further review to see if the ball carrier stepped out of bounds.
Okay, he did get awfully close to that far sideline. So they're going to take a look at it and see if he stepped out of bounds before he turned it upfield. Boy, he was kicking up a lot of that, a lot of the rubber there as he went into a slide. Boy. That is awfully close.
Tight.
I don't know if either of those angles gave you enough to overturn that. By the way, this season, and if you've been watching college football, you probably heard about this already. There's some new rules involved this season, but one of those is that replays are now just going to be ruled overturned or upheld. We're not getting any of the confirmed or stands or whatever. It's just one or the other. That's what we'll have. And while they continue to look at this, we'll take a timeout as well. 3:32 left in the first quarter.
Thank you, teachers.
Thank you, teachers.
Thank you, Coach Prater, for always supporting me.
Thank you, Chestnut Ridge Middle School, for always teaching me to stay curious.
Thank you, Mrs. Love out of Trent Test Academy.
Thank you, Miss Cross, for everything, letting me be myself.
Thank you, Miss Young, for all the life lessons you gave me.
Thank you, Mrs. Hurdlove.
Thank you, Sean Witten, for everything you've done for me.
Thank you, teachers. You're appreciated.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day is game day for teachers.
Become a visionary from day one. All champions are visionaries. God wants to burn a vision into your heart. You're not called to fill up space. You're not just an occupant. You're not just a spectator. You're supposed to be a participant in God's primary goal. And so that's our mission. God has called you to achieve, to win. You have no right to be ordinary. God has called you to be extraordinary.
Today tastes like a home game, like a huddle. Tastes like we're bringing the heat, and like a front row seat. Today tastes like we're a team, and it never tasted this good.
I did a Good Feet commercial about 4 years ago, and I thought maybe I should check in with you. Yeah, I'm still wearing my Good Feet arch supports. They give you the freedom to move without pain. I worry about how warm or cool to dress on trail, but I don't worry about my feet anymore. I put my arch supports in and forget about it. I'm Deidre Haven, and this is still my Good Feet story.
You too can get back out there with arch supports from the Good Feet store.
Here's what they've been looking at. Trevin Ewing along the far side.
After review, the ruling on the field is upheld. First down.
So there you go. Nothing there that would cause you to overturn that. It was tough to see on the replay angles that we had. So they say we'll stick with the call on the field.
Right. Oh, no.
Yeah, I think that's the right call. That was the best angle we saw right there.
Yeah,
so
good angle. Right through the mesh of the kicking net.
That's right. Somebody move that thing out of the way.
The kickers again.
So how about you take a look at where things are. 3:30 to go in the first quarter. Things could not be better for Maine right now, the way this one is developing.
And Matt, watch pass protection. If Maine can protect the quarterback, they're going to have a chance to move the football.
Give up the middle. Sean Marshall lowers the shoulder, gets about 3 yards on first down.
And that's what I like right there. So, like, hey, go with Marshall up the middle. Even though you pick up 3 yards, you're still moving ahead of the chains. No negative plays. I think that's got to be more of what their running game is. And then use Peavy in the pocket to throw some passes downfield.
Hey, just kind of keeping them honest with that run game, even if it's not breaking off big chunks of yardage. Just kind of
no negative plays.
Yeah. 2nd and 7. A couple of backs in the backfield.
Got him.
Wide open receiver. The catch made by Irrifin. Spins his way across the 40. Another first down. And this Maine offense is looking sharp. Carter Peavy is looking sharp on this opening drive.
And sometimes you just have the right call on at the right time. And right there, Liberty's bringing a blitz from the outside. Goes right out into the flat. Have the right call, the right time. Deliver the ball. Pick up the first down.
Mo Irrifin over 300 yards receiving a season ago. 3rd most on the team. Former D3 All-American. Another first down as the clock ticks down to 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Whoa, Woods slips, lost his footing in motion. Now Peavy looking downfield, looking for Woods. A lot of hand fighting going on. No flag flags on the field as Peavy overshot it.
A little surprised there wasn't a flag. You look at what shoulder pad, I believe his jersey has come off a little bit from his shoulder right there. You can see it. You can see it hanging out on the right side. That when you're tugging on that jersey, you got to expect right there. You got to expect that's an interference call if you're a Maine fan.
Damon Harmon, the one in coverage, and yeah, when you see the stretch of the jersey, typically that's going to get a flag. So Flames dodge a bullet. Rashawn Marshall remains in the game, couple of steps behind Peavy. They give it to him right up the gut. Not much there. 3, maybe 4 as he fell forward. But it'll give you at least 3rd and medium now.
Yeah, and you're getting into that position on the field where you could potentially consider this 2-down territory. Maybe try to pick up a little. Don't know what the field goal kicking situation's like for Maine, but potentially could be going for it.
Let's just call it unproven. So yeah, you may be right.
Yeah, big 3rd down, both sides right now. And then a decision to be made if Maine doesn't pick it up. Liberty showing blitz. Let's see if they back out of it. C.J. Bazell standing right in the gap.
Irfin in motion. Peavy looking that direction. Now rolling out, extending the play, looking downfield, fires a strike. Irfin makes the catch, but he's 2 yards shy of the marker. Rylan Green over there in coverage.
Now it's decision time for Maine. A good job by Liberty. They gave a different look. They walked up in the like they're showing blitz, but then only brought a 3-man pressure. Dropped 8 back, made him throw it underneath, and then put him in this 4th down situation. And it looks like they're going for it.
Yeah, not much hesitation on that sideline from Jordan Stevens.
You could look to try to get Liberty to jump off sides, and if they don't, you can always call timeout and then kick the field goal.
In the backfield, Peavy pulls it out, hit, dropped. 3 Flames break through and get into the ground, and Liberty will get the ball back.
That was beat up from the beginning. Liberty comes off the edge of the 3-man pressure right there. There was nothing if he handed it off, and there was nothing. Looks like Peavy might be a little bit shaken up.
C.J. Bazell involved, Damon Harmon coming through, and this Liberty defense able to get the stop when they needed it. These two offenses have been able to move the ball here early, but no points to show for it thus far.
Welcome back to Williams Stadium. After that first Liberty drive, Ethan Vasco went to the sidelines. The first person to be an encouragement to him was Ryan Berger. He said they push each other in practices. Also, Reese Smith talked to him, trying to get on the same page for quite some time.
I appreciate that, Annie. Short pass, not much happening there to Juju Gray. Meanwhile, the quarterback on the other side, Carter Peavy, that is a developing story as he appeared to be injured on that last sack. Made his way over to the tent, is still there, grabbing at the back of his neck. So that'll be something to watch. Obviously, one of the veterans on this Maine squad, so important to what they want to do offensively, and he took a hard hit there on that 4th down play. End of quarter number 1. Scoreless here in Lynchburg. We'll step aside. You're watching college football on ESPN. Beautiful shot of the Virginia countryside. Perfect day for football today. You were always worried week 1, is it going to be 90 degrees? It could not be any better. 79 and sunny. Perfect football weather here early in the season. Both these offenses have had success. They just haven't been able to find points thus far. Liberty with the ball here. Vasco pulls it out, slings it near side. Catch made, pushed out of bounds around the 45. That's Elijah Canyon with the reception. His first of the season. Big target. 6'4", 225.
All on the 45. I like how Willie Korn, offensive coordinator, is using his play calling. They've run a little bubble screens out to Juju and Reese Smith, short passes to Elijah Cannon. Let Ethan Vasco get his sea legs under him, and then maybe take some shots down the field as the game progresses. 3rd down for Liberty. Casey Kane in motion.
Vasco with time, fires and knocked away. He was looking for Canyon again. But good defensive play by Braden Isaiah, the sophomore out of Richmond, Virginia.
That's how you do it. That's how you play defensive back right there. Got right in Elijah Canyon's hip pocket, able to see the ball, hand over the top, knock it down without any pass interference, and put Liberty now into a punting situation.
I correct myself, Isaiah, kid from Charlotte, not Richmond. Nonetheless, a nice play and a good defensive stand here early on for the Black Bears. So the Flames set to punt it away. Max Morgan to kick it. Scott Woods back to return it. An electric returner signals for the fair catch and makes it at the 23-yard line. So that's where Maine will take over. The question, who will be under center for the Black Bears? We'll find out in just a moment.
CUSA Insider is the official podcast of Conference USA. Whether you're a die-hard alum, a devoted CUSA fan, or a casual sports enthusiast, this podcast is designed with you in mind. We bring you exclusive interviews with athletes, coaches, and insiders, shedding light on the stories and happenings from around the league. Subscribe to CUSA Insider on Apple, Spotify, or Amazon Music, or watch the show on YouTube. CUSA Insider, the official podcast of Conference USA.
This is not a truck. This is what keeps your company running. This is a connection to our community. This is a trailblazer to go further than we've ever gone before. This is reliability when disaster strikes. This is who keeps us moving. This is not a truck. This is how we fuel the way forward. This is Foster Fuels.
I did a Good Feet commercial about 4 years ago, and I thought maybe I should check in with you. Yeah, I'm still wearing my Good Feet arch supports. They give you the freedom to move without pain. I worry about how warm or cool to dress on trail, but I don't worry about my feet anymore. I put my arch supports in and forget about it. I'm Deidre Haven, and this is still my Good Feet story.
You too can get back out there with arch supports from the Good Feet store.
Life is best lived full of opportunities and dreams, of goals achieved and promises kept. Since 1974, Carter Bank has been committed to helping our community prosper because we know that a full life well lived doesn't happen alone. Whether it's the family up the road looking to make the most of every dollar, or a local business looking for the capital and guidance to reach the next level, we are all part of one community. We are Carter Bank, the preferred community bank of Liberty Flames Athletics.
Early second quarter, no score here in Lynchburg. We saw Carter Peavy a little shaken up a few moments ago with an update on his situation. Let's check in with Annie.
Yeah, Matt, when Carter Peavy was in the medical tent, trainers were doing extensive work on the back of his neck. They rubbed it out for 3 to 4 minutes. Then Carter got up. He sprinted out of the tent. He gave me a thumbs up, and trainers also said that he is good to go.
Well, that's good news for this Black Bear offense. And you feel good for that kid. I mean, he had nagging injury throughout most of last season that kind of limited his mobility. You'd hate to see him get dinged up right out of the gate. So he's going to stay out there. Handoff coming to your side. Sincere Baines has some room to run. Breaks free. Nobody in front of him. Can they catch him at the 20 to the 10 to the house? Sincere Baines takes it the distance.
That's how you block it up front. Sincere Baines sees it, was patient, waits for that opening to happen. Great job blocking it up front, and then he's off to the races.
77-yard touchdown run for Sincere Baines. The transfer from D2 UNC Pembroke. The coaching staff said he's got great speed. He's a natural running back. We think he can be pretty good. I don't know if they saw this coming this early.
Yeah, you'd see that offensive line. Everybody moves in sync. They slide down in those zone blocks, able to get their hips turned, open up the hole, gets that one last block at the very end there to spring him the distance.
And how about what Maine has done here offensively early? They were able to move the ball in the first possession. Now the quick strike score thanks to the running back Baines. And all of a sudden, this packed house, everybody wearing red here in Williams Stadium, it's awfully quiet. This is exactly what the Black Bears were hoping for early in this ballgame.
Yeah, look at this touchdown run here. You look at big Jack Buta right here, come down the line. He's able to get that seal block to the inside right there, and then Sincere able to find that gap, boom, explode through there, and then we're off to the house, 70-yard plus touchdown.
Yeah, what a run for Maine. What a momentum play. Young running back making his mark here early for them. This was a team, Joe, last season, they ran for a little more than 100 yards a game. They were not a real effective rushing offense. They hope to change that here in 2025. They're off to a great start.
You know what helps that, right? Chunk yardage.
No doubt, no doubt. Juju Gray going to return this one, takes it at his own 4-yard line. Straight up the middle, and hit, thrown down right around the 30. This Liberty offense now, all of a sudden, they feel like they've got to find an answer.
Yeah, a little tester now, a little gut check here for this Liberty offense. I think they may have gone 3 and out last time, and now don't hit the panic button. A lot of football to play only early in the second quarter. Let's get a sustained drive going, and hopefully for Liberty, they can punch it in the end zone. But you also look at it from Maine point of view right now. You just had a 3 and out. Now you get the defense back on the field. They got a ton of momentum. Football is a game momentum. You got to continue to create that momentum, wreak some havoc on that defensive side.
Gray and blue, the running backs in there behind Vasco. Vasco pulls it, running the option, and hit and dropped. Boy, Devin Vaught has been everywhere so far in this ball game. And he was there waiting on Vasco.
Yeah, once again, it's knowing your responsibilities. You'll take a look at Devin Vaught. You don't get caught up in the soup. Don't get caught in the soup. Come over the top, able to make the tackle. Had the pitch man taken care of, so Vasco had no choice but to run that football. That's just fundamental, disciplined assignment football by the Maine Black Bears.
It's a 3-yard gain on that run for Vasco. Brings Gray in motion. Gets it up the middle. Vaughn Blue on the carry. Falls across the 35-yard line. Jake Hall, one of the tacklers there to get him to the ground, and it brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, I like that Liberty just puts them into a 3rd and manageable position. But if you're looking this from Maine's point of view right now, man, there couldn't be a bigger 3rd down. You get a stop here, put Liberty back into a punting position.
And this will be something we start to find out with Liberty. You get in these 3rd down situations, who's the guy? Who's that receiver for them that you look to in these, in these tough spots? Vasco throws off his back foot. That one, I don't think Mobley ever saw that one coming. He never really got his head around. Noah Carpenter was also there to help break it up. And Liberty's going to be forced to punt again.
Yeah, what they had going on there, they were trying to do a little shallow cross pick. You can see him coming between Reese Smith coming through and Mobley, but Reese Smith went to settle down into that hole right there. And I think Vasco just made the wrong decision. They're trying to get the pick from underneath and then Reese Smith to sit down that hole and go to him. He just went to the wrong guy.
That was Noah Carpenter, the former quarterback. Just a year ago, he was a quarterback. Now playing linebacker, making a nice play as this one checks up. And Maine will take it at about their own 18-yard line. Make it the 19 where they'll take over.
That's 2 3 and outs.
Tell you what, Maine has come to play here today. And what do we say in these kind of games? You let teams that are heavy underdogs hang around for a while. Suddenly they start to believe.
Yeah, a little bit,
they start to get a little hope. And sometimes you get the favorite that starts to get a little tight in these situations. Still a long way to go, certainly. Over 12 minutes to go here in the first half. But a real opportunity for the Black Bears as they take over.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're the underdog, if you're a heavy underdog in a football game, there's 2 things that can really keep you in the game and have an opportunity to win. 1, if you can create explosive plays, and then 2, defensively, if you can create turnovers.
Deshaun Marshall, the running back in there now. They'll give it to him coming near side. He's got some room to run. Nice pickup on 1st down. He gets about 8.
The old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Go right back to it.
That was the exact same play that they ran for 70-plus yards.
Gets you into a 2nd and short now. As the Black Bears finding some success on the ground. They stick with it. Marshall again spinning, gets upended, but not before he picks up a first down.
And what I'm seeing Maine do right now, where they're having success, is not necessarily that their offensive line is pancake blocking people. What they're doing is they're getting on a body, knowing the assignment, knowing who to block, and then staying on them. That's where they're having a lot of their success up front, not dominating blocks, but staying on their blocks.
Black Bears, 93 rush yards now already in this ball game. Obviously, most of them coming on that 177-yard run from Baines. This time, Peavy looking to throw. They want to take a shot downfield. He's got a man. Woods overshot him by about a step. He had Scott Woods running free. Another big play opportunity right there, and Peavy just not able to connect.
Oh, they had it right there. You take a look right here. It was a post corner route. Woods came. Oh, you'll see him up top in the slot right there. He comes across, sticks to the post, back to the corner, had the DB beat, and just a half stride away.
Boy, just that close.
He could run.
Yeah,
I mean, he's running away from people.
Listen,
right there.
Not a lot of size in this receiver room for Maine. Yeah, Irfin's 5'10", Woods 5'8". But they've got some quickness, and when they get the ball in their hands, they're pretty electric with it. So second and long now. Handoff coming near side and going nowhere this time is Marshall. Wrapped up, dropped. Joe Carter around the ball, as was Bryce Dixon. Brings up third and long.
Yeah, and that's what Liberty needs. Even they dodged a bullet there on that corner route. Could have been an explosive play. They dodged that bullet, but then don't allow any yardage picked up on second down. So now you get in a third and long. Liberty knows offensively that Maine is going to have to be a little bit more aggressive in their play calling. So it's going to be interesting to see what Kyle Krantz, defensive coordinator for Liberty, decides to do. Bring pressure or back off and drop 8 like he did last time in this situation.
Both Bazell and Britton Williams, and this is kind of their pass rush package that they'll go to from time to time. Peavy, pocket collapsing, stands tall, throws a strike, catch made, and falling forward just enough for the first down. Evan Wallace just escaped the clutches of a Corey Jones and got just enough yardage.
Yeah, and once again, that's a good job of pass protection. Liberty they didn't really bring a full blitz. They had a couple spies on right there, but you get that blitz coming up the middle, and then you have that crossing route right there in man-to-man coverage. That's difficult for the defender. You have to get to the quarterback right away and try to have him make a poor throw before he's able to deliver. So great job by Maine in pass protection.
I'll take that back. That was Jaquavius Marshall that he was able to escape from a moment ago. So big first down conversion, now running near side and losing yardage is Sincere Baines. Liberty waiting on him that time. And Flames get a stop on first down. Liberty's strength, they think this year defensively, is the depth that they have, specifically on the defensive line. They can throw a lot of bodies at you, and it may not show up now at this part of a game, but they think over the course of a game, you get into the third, fourth quarter, that's when they can really start to take over up front.
Yeah, it's amazing when you have those fresh legs, as you said, get later into the games, how that part of the game, as another team tires offensively, that you can start to create more of those turnovers.
2-yard loss on that last run. Now a flag flies.
Delay game.
And yeah, Maine didn't get it off in time.
Delay a game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
And those are the little mistakes you can't have. Coach has got to be always ready to call that timeout, as you know it's getting down near the end. In a situation like this, where now they put you in a no gain on first down or loss of a yard, now you're in a second and 16 with that penalty. These are tough to overcome.
Peavy so far today, 5 for 8 for 51 yards through the air. Baines, the running back. Peavy pulls it out, looking downfield, now checks it off. Catch made, turning up, getting back some of that yardage they lost.
It's manageable now, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, somewhere in there.
That was Elijah Smalls, the redshirt sophomore tight end. Brings up 3rd down. This Liberty crowd, they haven't had a whole lot to cheer about here thus far, trying to come to life. become a factor in this ball game.
Yeah, interesting to see how Maine will play this right here. They can punt the ball. The defense been playing so well. Try not to be too risky in this situation.
Flames bringing pressure. Peavy surrounded, trying to escape, can't get free. Flames drop him in the backfield.
And you know what, for Peavy, that's not a bad decision. They got to him right away. Don't try to make a difficult throw where you get an interception or fumble, create a turnover. You take a look right here, able to come off the great job, inside move, and then you get the twister over the top. Always can get you with the twister. Defensive inside move, linebacker on the twister, creates that pressure.
Yeah.
But good job by Peavy. Just, hey, yeah, sometimes they got you. You take the sack. Your defense playing well. Punt the football. Move on.
Brent Williams got him to the ground. The kid out of Opelika, Alabama. I think he has a really bright future as a pass rusher. That's Reese Smith back to take this punt. Signals for the fair catch. And makes it about the 22. Liberty defense able to get the job done, get the ball back, but can they find some rhythm, find some success on the offensive side of things? 6:57 to go. It's Maine out in front.
I did a Good Feet commercial about 4 years ago, and I thought maybe I should check in with you. Yeah, I'm still wearing my Good Feet arch supports. They give you the freedom to move without pain. I worry about how warm or cool to dress on trail, but I don't worry about my feet anymore. I put my arch supports in and forget about it. I'm Deidre Haven, and this is still my Good Feet story.
You too can get back out there with arch supports from the Good Feet store.
Weekdays are a grind. Traffic, overflowing inbox, missed calls. Your weekdays deserve better. And this October, Conference USA is bringing better straight to your living room. Weekday CUSA is back. Conference USA is here to make your weekdays fun again. Enter a world of college football bliss. Treat yourself to touchdowns, turnovers, and the thrills that come with weekday CUSA football. CUSA is the star of the show weeknights all October long. Don't miss 1 second of the action.
This is not a truck. This is what keeps your company running. This is a connection to our community. This is a trailblazer to go further than we've ever gone before. This is reliability when disaster strikes. This is who keeps us moving. This is not a truck. This is how we fuel the way forward. This is Foster Fuels.
Become a visionary from day one. All champions are visionaries. God wants to burn a vision into your heart. You're not called to fill up space. You're not just an occupant. You're not just a spectator. You're supposed to be a participant in God's primary goal. And so that's our mission. God has called you to achieve, to win. You have no right to be ordinary. God has called you to be extraordinary.
Welcome back to Lynchburg. The month of August marks 21 months that Black Bears punter Anthony Pecorella is cancer-free. In July 2023, doctors discovered he had Burkitt lymphoma, beginning a fight that consisted of 4 rounds of chemotherapy. While he was receiving treatments, he quickly formed a friendship with a 3-year-old little girl, Eliana Delgado, who taught him her life motto, just keep swimming. He wears a towel with the initials JKS in her memory. She passed away in April of 2024, Matt.
Yeah, just a great story, seeing him back out on the field, and I know it's something he likes to share his story and impact others any way he can, and just like seeing him back out there being able to play in a Maine uniform this season as the Flames take over offensively. First down throw, and now a handoff up the middle, some room to run. Nice pickup on first down. That was Evan Dickens with his first carry of the day. So 4th running back we've seen now for Liberty.
Yeah, and I think too, you'll see Liberty right now really trying to settle into offense. A lot of times in these game openers, the offensive coordinator needs some time to figure out what is the defensive game plan, how are they trying to defend us, in order to counter that with some of the plays that they have at their disposal.
2nd and 2. Jamie Chadwell saying if we can get to 2nd and short, we really open up the playbook. Or you can just give it to Juju Gray and let him do his thing. As he's up to the 40-yard line of Maine, Devin Vaught on the tackle. Gray making the shift from receiver a year ago to full-time running back this season. And coach is saying, we know he can do all the, catch the ball out of the backfield, get it to the outside, but if he can become efficient and effective running between the tackles like that, boy, he could be awfully dangerous for the Flames this year.
And he's put on some weight this offseason, and then that's going to help him run between the tackles even better.
Handoff, Dickens hit, drop, no gain on the play. Fought again, coming down from his safety position, and put a hit on it.
Yeah, he's playing that linebacker position well.
Dickens, by the way, a transfer at the running back spot for Liberty, transferring in from Georgia Tech. Liberty replacing the likes of Quentin Cooley, Billy Lucas, were so effective running the ball a year ago. Ray in motion, the give, and again, nowhere to go. Dickens stood up, dropped, and it's going to bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, you can see once again, sometimes you have the right call at the right time on the defensive side of it. They get a slant on the front here, so they're slanting back into the direction of where the football's going in that little cat and mouse game. But with that being said, you start having some of those plays where you slant. Now Vasco keeps that ball, rolls out, and gives the opportunity to get on the edge and maybe make a run or a throw downfield. It'll be interesting to see. You're in a 3rd and long situation with where you're at. You may want to pick up half right here and then have the opportunity to go for it on 4th down.
2 receivers to each side. Vasco pressure comes in, it's knocked down. Quick pressure coming in from Christian Holmes, blitzing from his linebacker position, and he's able to knock the football down.
Yeah, just an inside rush from Holmes coming in from the inside off Liberty's right tackle. Jack Turner, I believe, comes right, boom, little swim move inside, right to the quarterback. I mean, that looks like he got the 11 on with that swim move inside, looking a bit like that Dallas Cowboys Micah Parsons traded to the Packers.
I was going to say, I was going to need to update your roster real quick.
Don't you worry about it. I got the latest news from Adam Scheffler.
You got the text alert.
Yeah.
Wood signals for the fair catch, makes it at the 14. Hey, don't look now. Under 4 minutes to go in the half. Liberty scoreless. If you're Maine right now, you're able to put together a little drive. Whether you get points out of it or not, you go to the half up 7-0, you're in business.
You will have 7-0, or you can come down and even kick a field goal, go up 10-0. But Liberty's defense had their, the thing's amazing too is there's been no turnovers, right? There hasn't been a single fumble or interception or anything. Maybe it could be a time for the Flames to get some juice by creating a turnover.
Yeah, Liberty does have a couple of sacks. So at times they've been able to get some pressure on Peavy. The big play in this ball game, if you missed it, Sincere Baines, a 77-yard touchdown run. That's the only scoring we've had so far today. The Flames did miss a field goal on their opening drive. Baines takes it, trying to navigate his way through a whole host of Liberty defenders, not able to get much, maybe one. Spurlock, one of the new linebackers for the Flames, on the tackle.
I'm interested to see, like you bringing up that point, Matt, of like, hey, could we get into halftime at 7-0? I'm interested to see from an offensive side how aggressive Maine becomes with their play calling. The last time on 2nd down, they tried to take that deep shot to Woods on the corner route.
3 receivers to the near side. Baines remains in the backfield next to Peavy. He's looking to throw. Scanning the field with time, throws up and out of the hands of Woods, and he took a shot.
Yeah, that's a good patience. Liberty only rushed 3, so on that 3-man rush, Peavy knew that he was going to have some time in the pocket. He allowed the dig route to really develop right there, and honestly, Woods has got to find a way. Great shot right over the middle here. Woods has got to find a way to make that catch.
Corey Jones, the one coming in and delivering the hit to break it up.
Big 3rd down, got them pinned in their own territory here for Liberty's defense.
As time takes a shot downfield into double coverage, and the best thing that happened for Maine there was that ball being well overthrown. Rylan Green, the safety, was coming over, and if that ball had been on target, that could have spelled trouble for Maine.
Yeah, Rylan Green, man, had a shot. If he would have read that a little bit better, he may have a chance to gain a little bit more depth and get an interception there.
So the Liberty defense going to get Maine off the field. Still over 3 minutes to go before the half, so they do their job as Reese Smith once again back to return the punt.
And this is where, if you're Liberty, you want your punt, you want your wall return on right now. If you get a chance to return this is perfect return territory.
Low snap. Pecorella got it away, and it's a good one. Reese Smith retreating, catches it inside his own 35. Trying to get to the near sideline and steps out of bounds.
They went after the block there. That was close, but great punt.
A low line drive kick from Pecorella, and he ends up really, that's about as good as you could expect in that situation for Maine, able to get that one away.
You know, they come after the pressure with Pecorella. It's like, you know, they don't know what pressure is. Right. This guy's don't talk to me about pressure. Right. No pressure.
Yeah,
I'll show you pressure.
He's just playing ball. Yeah, he's been through way worse than being backed up in the shadow of his own goal line.
Had a bad snap right there, no problem. Just hit a boomer. Next.
So Liberty takes over, 2:51 to go before the half. Williams and Gray in the backfield with Vasco. Juju goes in motion. Vasco looking that direction, has time, fires a strike. Gray with the catch. I take that back. That's the first catch for Jamari Person. Good to see him get involved for Liberty. The transfer from Colorado State moves the chains.
Yeah, and there's some success. Liberty has now completed 2 comeback routes. So that was more of a deep out, but they had 1 comeback route that deep out to the short side of the field. So they are finding a little soft spot in that Maine zone.
Liberty back into Maine territory. 2.5 to go here before the break. Handoff. Williams gets 2, maybe 3 on first down. Latrell Couchman there to wrap him up.
I mean, it's 7-0. It's 7-0 Black Bears, and we're heading right now to the 2-minute timeout. Remind the folks, Matt.
That's right.
Not the 2-minute.
No, it is not the 2-minute warning.
Yeah.
You are wait till Sundays in the fall.
Sunday.
This is the 2-minute timeout. So we will step aside. 7-0 Maine. Flames offense trying to get on the board before the break. contingent.
Oh, yeah.
Making their way out for this one. They're liking what they're seeing so far.
That guy right there, he's got a sweat towel.
Yeah.
When it's late, he's working it. When it's late August, September, early in the season, you always carry a sweat towel.
Have to.
Rule number one, that guy knows what he's doing.
You know, there's a few guys on this Maine roster. A guy like Jaden Lee from Chester, Virginia, a couple hours down the road. I know his family's coming in for this one. They don't get to see many games. That bad snap. Vasco now being hounded, tries to throw it away, and fortunate he had enough arm strength to get that out of bounds.
That could have been bad. Good job by him just getting rid of it. You know, I noticed that a couple of these snaps are very slow coming back, and there's no pop on that snap when it comes back. You got to get it back there, get in the quarterback's hands, let him maneuver, do what he does.
That's Aaron Fenimore, the Flames redshirt sophomore center, who on the Remington Trophy watch list, freshman All-American last year. But 3rd and long once again for Liberty. Liberty has converted 4 of 8 third down opportunities so far today. Vasco has some time, now looking to move the pocket, has a shot downfield, a man open, tight end Austin Henderson couldn't quite reel it in.
He had him. He had him. Got to set your feet as you scramble out right there. Let's take a look at this right here.
Jake Kucera was the one in coverage for the Black Bears.
You see Vasco right there. Nothing's there. He gets a little pressure on the inside. Okay, scramble out there, right there. Set your feet up, make a little throw. That's not a bad throw. Sometimes you got to go up and help them out. Go up and make a play. But good job by Maine. They're getting pressure from the inside. They're clamping on their coverage deep down in the field. You got to be impressed with this Black Bears defense so far.
They have held Liberty to 123 total yards, and I would say the majority of those came on that first drive. Outside of that, Liberty has not been able to move the football at all. Fair catch taken by Scott Woods, and now, you know, the last time you said how aggressive will Maine be, now a minute 39 before the half.
3 timeouts.
You have 3 timeouts.
I think you get aggressive.
You think so?
I think you get aggressive, man. I mean, you're a heavy underdog in this game. You got them on the ropes a little bit. Could you imagine if you go down and make a few plays, even kick a field goal with those timeouts? I say, yeah, get back in there. Peavy's an experienced quarterback. He protects the ball well. I'm going to get a little bit aggressive if I'm Maine offensively.
Remember, the Black Bears also get the ball first to start the second half, so you could get a little 2 for 1 here if you play it right.
And as you see, they come out in an empty set.
Yeah.
Shift the back into a 1-back set. Trips to the right here. So let's see what they draw up.
So here Baines is that running back to the left of Peavy. They're looking to throw on first down. Peavy looking that way. Now going to climb in the pocket. He escapes. A little bit of room to run. Slides down after a pickup of about 6 or so on first down. Joe Carter, the one nearest to him.
Now that's a good pickup on first down. Let's get into that hurry up offense. Try to get the ball snapped before Liberty's defense has a chance to settle.
Peavy again stands in the pocket, fires, nice diving catch made. That's Woods. Woods has been awfully good here so far today, and it's been open a couple of other times when Peavy wasn't quite able to connect with him. The transfer from Harvard helps them move the chains. Black Bears moving fast now. Peavy looking to the far sideline. Fires and off the hands of Trevin Ewing. That ball looked to be on target.
Great
Ewing
throw.
trying to tightrope the sideline, unable to reel it in.
Yeah, and that's not an easy throw. That's that 12-yard comeback to the wide side of the field over there. Good throw by Peavy. You got to help your quarterback out. Make those catches.
Clock stops with 59 seconds before the half. Maine has outgained Liberty 156 yards to 123. Pressure coming off the outside. They set up a screen. Baines with it, cuts it up, has some room across the 40, and looks like he has enough for a first down.
Good job by Baines right there, being able to avoid the one tackler. They have the screen set up, hard pressure from the left side. See, take a look right here. They set the screen up, set, boom, get your offensive lineman out there. Liberty player slips through, but the cutback gets them able to pick up 10 yards in the first down.
Clock ticks under 45 seconds to go. Peavy fires, catch made, not much there.
Don't call timeout.
And they will take a timeout to stop the clock. Amari and Williams all over it. Able to get Woods to the ground, and Maine will take the timeout, stop the clock with 38 ticks remaining before the break. Wait, this is a Maine team, Joe. We talked about, what did we talk about at the outset? You're coming into a tough environment.
Yep.
Coach Stevens told us, we've got a lot of D2, D3 guys. They've never played in a venue like this. it hasn't shown. Like, these guys have shown some poise here so far today.
Yeah, they've been very calm, very collected, taking care of the football. Opportunities to make plays. Some they've made, some they haven't, but that's a game of football. But, you know, once again right now, it's going to be interesting. I think if I'm Maine right now, I'm going to try to take some. They've been really attacking the edges, throwing the balls on screens and then the wide comebacks. There's some space in the middle of that field. Woods dropped the one over the middle. This is a chance right here where you have the opportunity maybe to see an opening down the middle of the field. Take a shot there, plenty of time on the clock, still have your timeouts left. They have the opportunity to still do a little bit of damage here.
Rashawn Marshall in there running back now to the left of Peavy. Peavy now 9 of 15 for 80 yards so far here this afternoon. Pressure comes, ball knocked free. It's loose on the deck. Who has it?
I think that was a fumble. I don't think his arm is moving forward.
The official signals. I'm still waiting for the official signal. And it's Liberty football.
There's your first turnover of the game. Great pass rush from the outside. I'm not exactly sure who that was.
I think that was C.J. Bazell that may have been the first one there.
Did he recover it too?
The ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense.
Oh yeah, that's C.J.
First down,
there
Liberty.
it is. I tell you, I'd love to take a look at his hand right here. Was that motion? Slow it down. Motion coming forward. I think that ball's out. What do you think, Matt?
Yeah, I may need another look at it. As Bazell came screaming off the edge.
Take a look. Watch his hand. Yeah, I think that's a fumble. I think that's a fumble. I think that ball's coming out.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Get the Joker mask.
Liberty breaks out the Joker mask. The tradition for anyone that forces a turnover, you have to put on the mask.
Oh, it's like the CBS Sports and the Masters. The tradition continues.
That's a tradition unlike any other. But what a could be game-changing play from Bazell. Now you give the ball back to your offense. Now only 24 seconds left. Ball at about the 38. You still have some work to do here, certainly, but you give yourself a chance to find something positive, find some points before the half.
Yeah, 24 seconds. You got your timeout. You want to pick up 10 yards to get you in field goal range, and then you can become really aggressive from a play calling standpoint for 2 plays.
Coming near side, throws a strike, the catch made. It'll be just shy, it appears, of the first down. The reception by Reese Smith.
So now you stop the clock right here with 19 seconds left. You've probably got 3 plays left potentially, but with those timeouts, it gives the opportunity to take some shots over the middle of the field. I mean, honestly, if I'm Liberty right now and I'm Willie Korn, I'm not just thinking field goal. I'm thinking I got the opportunity to potentially score a touchdown here.
Williams remains in the game at running back. 2 receivers to either side for Vasco. Climbs in the pocket, fires across the middle of the field. Catch made by Person down inside the 10.
Take your timeout.
So now you're in a great spot with 12 seconds remaining. Liberty uses the timeout. And they will have, I mean, for this point with 12 seconds, they'll probably take 3 shots at the end zone.
This will be a 30-second timeout.
Yeah, and you're on the 9-yard line. You could still, there's all kinds of things you can do. Once again, they still have 2, right, Matt? 2 timeouts left?
Yeah, that's right.
So they still got 2 timeouts left. So you don't necessarily, you could even spread people out and try to run a draw, run the ball. If you get tackled at the 3-4 yard line, you got your timeout. Use a little deception, or you can take shots at the end zone. Your whole playbook's open right now because you have those timeouts.
Yeah, you're seeing Vasco that time really step up in the pocket, allowed that play to develop, and Jamari Person with his 2nd reception of the ball game. He leads Liberty now with 34 yards receiving.
This is the area where a big receiver like Elijah Canyon is a 50-50 ball guy. Reese Smith is a guy that really likes going up after the ball in the corner route. You can see him right here in the slot right here. That guy right there has scored some big-time plays last year, 3 touchdowns against East Carolina.
Vasco looking that direction.
Corner.
Fires Reese Smith all alone.
Dropped it.
And he couldn't. No, they call it a touchdown.
That's not a touchdown.
He bobbled it. The official, now they're coming together to talk about it. The question was, did he regain possession while 1 foot was still in the end zone?
Ruling on the field is a touchdown.
looking at it live, Joe, I'm with you. That he had a bobble, and I'm not quite sure he secured it with a foot still remaining in bounds. We'll see.
Let's take a look. Yeah, definitely to the naked eye right here. It looked like he bobbled that dick, but let's take a look. Reese Smith runs a really nice corner route. That's one of their bread and butters.
The bobble. Boy, that is close.
He has possession right.
You know what? He might have had that foot down.
The band guy took a shot. I hope he's okay.
The officials, right? Oh, boy, yeah, there you go. Oh, he depleted it. Oh, goodness. Well, they're gonna let him play. The official held it up for quite a while, and so they are not going to review it.
You're not even getting a review on that?
So touchdown for Liberty. Billingsley on for the extra point to tie this game up.
I'm shocked there's no review on that play.
As close as that was.
I mean, shocked there's no review. If I'm a Maine fan watching this right now and you're telling me you're not going to review that? I mean, that looked like as close as it gets.
The break for Liberty, their first touchdown of the season, and it all started with C.J. Bazell coming off the edge, getting the turnover that set the Flames up with great field position. Everything was going Maine's way. They had all the momentum. At worst, they were going to go into the locker room up a touchdown. And then just like that, this whole thing is flipped.
Yeah, that's exactly what the doctor ordered for Liberty. And then also, hey, you just kick it off right now. They're not going to be able to do anything with 7 seconds left, and Maine gets the ball to start the third quarter. So there's no damage there done on the Liberty side.
See if that gets the Flames and the Flames offense in particular to a little bit more of a rhythm moving forward in this ball game. Vasco now 11 for 19 on the afternoons. The Flames will kick it away. It's going to be returnable. Trevin Ewing inside his own 5. Tripped up, hit, and dropped. Couldn't even get back to the 15-yard line, and that's going to do it on half number 1. Well, this first half, I don't think it's been anything like what we expected. But Maine is certainly up to the fight based off what we've seen here today. Now the officials holding things up. Yeah, they may have rolled that clock a little early. I was going to say, I didn't think that took 7 seconds.
Yeah, I was watching that clock, and with about 2 seconds left, the clock operator said, I'm ready to go get me a snack.
So the teams that were making their way off the field, they're making their way back now. So you expect Maine just to kneel this one, take it to the locker room. You know, if you had asked Maine head coach Jordan Stevens before this game, would you take 7-7 at the half? He'd say all day, every day.
But if you'd
have asked him that 10 minutes ago, he'd say, no way.
No way. Yeah, I don't want that turnover back. I'm still in shock that they didn't review that. I mean, we're watching it immediately, naked eye. I'm like, there's no way that's a catch.
With as many reviews as you see game to game throughout college football, yeah, I'm with you.
I mean, they reviewed the guy going out of bounds on the first down for Maine.
So they take a knee. That'll do it for half number 1. 7-7 ball game. How about the fight being shown by the Maine Black Bears from the FCS? They'll get the ball first to begin the second half. And right now, Annie Corey is standing by with Liberty head coach Jamie Chadwell.
Yeah, Coach, that fumble recovery changed the trajectory of this game. How can your offense take that life and run with it?
Yeah, we need to. I thought our first drive was great, and then after that, we just didn't do much. But that was big. We needed to get some momentum before halftime, and sideline just wasn't into that. That gives us some confidence going in. But we got a lot of work to do offensively. We're not blocking very well, and we got to make some plays. But I think our defense has done pretty good. We gave up the one. We misfit a gap. You can't do that. But I think our defense has done a really good job of bending but not breaking.
Thanks for the time, Coach.
Thank you,
guys.
Yeah, appreciate it, Annie. Stick around. Halftime coming up from here at Williams Stadium. Rhett McGibbon and the crew. First half highlights and stats. Tie ball game here in Lynchburg. We've got a good one in week 1.
between Maine and Liberty. Hey there, friends. Rhett McGibbon alongside Pat Kelly, DJ Jordan. We're worrying that first half. You kind of like, oh, first half jitters, or were you at the stage?
I'm looking at Liberty's offense right now. You're at 250, 300 yards of offense at this point. They're on the struggle bus right now. This offensive line is struggling a little bit.
Yeah, and specifically on rushing, only 68 yards rushing. Right now, you're talking about a team that for the last 2 years has been in the top 5 in the country, and only 68 yards right now. If you're Liberty, you're very worried right now.
Flames are used to a Malik Willis, Caden Salter. Now we have Vasco come in. Let's take a look at his first half. I think it's fair to say he's riding the struggle bus a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of jitters early on. You know, what I'm seeing is they're giving him some soft coverage, and he's just not connecting on the throws downfield. He struggled historically in the intermediate passing game. You want to see him connect on some of that quick game to build his confidence a little bit and be prepped for the second half.
So if you look at Vasco's passes, he is overthrowing a lot of passes. I don't know if it is he's just juiced up or what, but he is not connecting well. He's not rushing well either. He's got about 6 carries, only about 2 yards per rush, which is not good for Liberty quarterback.
Now, I would typically say simplify and get back to basics for a quarterback. That's obviously his first game with the program. What do you want to see him do in the second half?
Honestly, I'd like to see them commit to the run a little bit more, because what's happening is you've got incompletions on first down, so you're already in 2nd and 10, 2nd and 8. Make throws easier for him by establishing your running game. Other than that, get the ball out quick. Get it to your playmakers. Let them do their job. All you have to do is manage this game.
Let's talk about playmakers. Looking at the scoring plays so far in this game, Baines, what a play by him, going way downfield.
Oh my gosh.
That way. One missed block and he was off to the races.
Yeah, that's the thing is if you don't fill your gap, if you don't do your assignment, all you need is one hole, out the gate for 88, takes it for a touchdown. He pulled this thing away. And this plagued Liberty all season last year. So the chunk play, you see another one here.
I was surprised. Well, Maine's offensive line is understaffed. Or underweight, and they have been able to block really, really well against this good defensive line, who actually has a good first and second team.
It looked like scoring in the first half was not going to happen for LU, but then a fumble recovery, and it felt like the nerves were gone. They kind of took over at that point.
We talked a lot about this defense early on the pregame segment. All you need is one play sometimes to kind of light a fire underneath your behind. I think that's what happened, and then you see the offense start to click. You see Vasco stepping up in the pocket, throws a beautiful corner out for a touchdown there to Reese Smith. Juggled it a little bit, but, you know, came down with it.
Was that a catch?
Hey, I'm a receiver. Of course that's a touchdown.
What do you think, DJ?
I don't know. I can't believe they didn't review it.
Same here. Take a look here at our halftime stats, and the big thing we've mentioned multiple times already, the rushing yards down for Liberty at this point. We'll touch on that more in just a few moments. Third down conversion, not great. Penalties, I thought there'd be more on both sides. Not the case. Stay with us. Lots more to come after the break. A late second quarter Reese Smith touchdown is made it 7-all between Liberty and Maine. It's been a bit of a struggle bus, the run game early on. We've used that term multiple times. O-line, you feel like needs to get a little bit more in sync?
I think so. It's a unit last year that worked really, really well together. They had played a lot together, and your running backs average 6 and 7 yards a carry. Not so much this year. You've got new O-line. It's going to take some time to gel. You'd really like to see that start clicking sooner than later.
Yeah, Fenimore, the center, is a really good player, and he's your leader, and he's a sophomore. He's still a young guy. What really surprised me is Caden Williams. He has the most amount of carries. I did not expect him to start or to be leading the rushing team.
That surprised you?
A little bit, but we saw in training camp, you've got that B-back, the guy that you want to run between the tackles. Liberty loves to run between the tackles, and they said, hey, this is our guy. He's going to be the Quentin Cooley replacement. I'm not all that surprised. You just want to see more production here.
Surprised that the option is not working well.
Oh, it's working terribly. Vasco hasn't been able to get anywhere off of an option right now. If you actually take away Vasco's running attempts, they're averaging about 4.55 yards per carry, which is actually pretty decent. And I want to remind you of the first series of the very first part of the game. They had the ball for 17 plays, 8 minutes, 38 seconds. They need to go back to that early in the third quarter.
Guys, I think your big takeaway here, though, is if you can't run inside, you're not going to get outside either. Like, the inside run game is what's going to set you up on the edge, and they just haven't established either one.
One bright spot so far for Liberty has been the D-line. Managed to get some pressure on the quarterback, create a turnover, did get a pivotal sack early on as well.
And that could have really swung the entire game. Things were trending the wrong direction for Liberty. We said early in the pregame, hey, this is a unit that could produce this year. They've got potential. They need to prove it. They came up with a very timely sack. Now you just need to see it happen again and again and again in the second half.
All right, it remains 7-all in Lynchburg. Second half coming up in just a few moments. A tight first half at Williams Stadium. Matt Warner, Joe Yock will take you the rest of the way.
The second half here at Williams Stadium. I caught up with Maine head coach Jordan Stevens just a moment ago. He told me our defense has been playing tough. You know, obviously that Liberty touchdown created a shift in momentum, so it's all about how we respond in this half. And then offensively, he told me we've been finding some openings in the run game, so we're going to keep on hammering in that regard. And then also he said we just got to take care of the football right now. It's the little things, Matt.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they hated the way that first half ended, but have to be thrilled with where they're at heading into the second half, getting the ball to begin things. Ewing, Irfin back to return it. It'll be Trevin Ewing who will take a knee. But, Joe, take me into kind of the two locker rooms. If you're Liberty right now, you're a heavy favorite in this game, and you're in a fight.
Yeah.
What do they have to do to turn this thing around?
Yeah, I mean, I think Liberty doesn't need to press the panic button yet. I think defensively they really showed their teeth, especially there to make a play to create the turnover to get that score right before half. And I think defensively you just keep grinding. You have the depth to wear them down. Offensively, I want to see them take a shot.
Speaking of Liberty, you're talking about
Liberty's offense. They need to take a shot. If you're Maine right now, I think this possession right here is a crucial possession in the game, because with Liberty's depth, you got to get ahead of them in this game. And if they can put together a drive right here, it would be really helpful, and that is not a great way to start.
Yeah, let's see today.
Maine, they're first of the half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
Yeah, they saw something they didn't like.
That's not an ideal situation to start the second half, already burning a timeout. I want to go back, though, to what you just said. You talk about the depth that Liberty has.
Yeah.
Yeah, typically in these kind of games, you see it start to show up late third quarter, fourth quarter. So you're saying if you're Maine, pedal to the floor right now and then try to hang on down the stretch is essentially what the strategy should be.
Yeah, it's a lot. When you're playing against C.J. Bazell, who's rushing the pass rusher, and you have the lead in the fourth quarter and you have still the ability, the threat to run the ball, you're going to have the opportunity for a lot more success. So I think the way that Maine can win this football game is by having a very aggressive third quarter, both offensively and defensively. If I'm them on defense, I may try to show some different blitzes, take some different chances in order to help create some turnovers, because this is the quarter that they got to win.
Carter Peavy hands it off to Baines coming near side. Nowhere to go. C.J. Bazell right there. Joe Carter in the backfield as well. Really, outside of that one big run that Liberty surrendered, they have done a pretty good job bottling up the rushing attack of Maine here today. The 177-yard run. Outside of that, they've only given up 6 yards outside of that one run.
Yeah, that one big one gone. But the guy that I think Maine really needs to get involved in the second half in their offense is Scott Woods. The more you can get him the ball, the more opportunity you have for explosive plays. There you go.
Peavy gets it to him. First down yardage, keeps his feet. Falls forward to about the 39. Yeah, he's been really good. We mentioned the transfer from Harvard, just 5'8", 200 pounds. Last season at Harvard, 52 receptions, 547 yards, 3 touchdowns. First team all Ivy League as a return man. But a guy that they have really had success getting the ball to here today.
Yeah, you can really see how the Maine coaches have done a really good job of developing his game as a receiver. He had that one corner route where he ran a great route. It was just one step, overthrown.
Gets that first down out of the way. Sometimes that's the toughest one on a possession. Peavy going to keep it, trying to run, get outside. Flag flies, and he's dropped for a loss. Amarian Williams coming up to make the tackle from his corner position, and that was dead from the get-go.
Yeah,
Peavy had nowhere to go.
Yeah, and that was just the wrong read by Peavy. He had the opportunity to give that ball off, and he probably could have picked up 5 or 6 yards if he would just hand it to the back. So penalty flag.
Holding, number 74, offense. Penalty is declined. Result of the play, second down.
With them already losing 3 or 4 yards on that first play.
Yeah, take a look right here. A little bit late, but take a look there. There's the hold right there at 74.
Holding going against Anthony Iliano. He had a handful of Ethan Crisp there. So second and about 14 after the loss on the play. Receivers to the near side. Now the tight end Smalls in motion to give right up the middle. Room to run, coming near side. Look out, Sincere Baines with another big one. And he's into Liberty territory.
That's a well-designed football play. The motion man is what gives the shift. When you have the motion man, it allows it. They shift the backers over. You see the motion of the shift and then the kick out. That widens the gap for Sincere Baines to be able to come through and break off a long run.
Baines has been certainly the most effective runner for Maine. The 77-yard touchdown run broke off that 26-yard run there a moment ago.
Yeah, we've gone over 100 yards now.
Yeah. And he'll check out of the game now. He was the freshman of the year in his Division II conference in 23. He had a Division II leading average of 7.6 yards per carry that season. So this is a guy who is pretty darn good with the ball in his hands, and he has showkaced that in his Maine debut. The Sean Marshall, the one in there now. 2nd and 8. Peavy going to roll the pocket to the right. Looking downfield. Trying to extend the play. Still looking. And finally just throws it away. Probably the smart play there from the Maine quarterback.
Yeah, good job by Peavy. Just getting rid of it. Don't take a negative play. Live to play the next play. He did have a shot early on if he would have stayed in the pocket to get a ball over top of the middle, but no harm done.
You're at the point of the field where this could be 4-down territory. If you get half of it here, give yourself 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5.
Once again, that goes back to being aggressive. If you can be aggressive in your play calling and your thinking and going for it on 4th down, you got to, once again, you got to win this quarter.
Peavy throws, dangerous throw, and flags fly.
Yeah.
Flags all over the field.
Yeah, that is the definition of a high-low. So what happened was the tackle rushed in, got picked up by the offensive lineman, and then the running back came through, and we had a high-low block, which is 15-yard penalty.
There you go. So a 2nd penalty on this drive going against the Black Bears.
You want to take that one. That's a 15-yarder, I believe.
Personal foul. Illegal chop block. Number 74 and number 5 offense. Penalty is declined. Result of the play, 4th down.
4th down, okay. Now, what do you do?
You're on the 38. I think if you're Maine, you...
I'm going to go back to being aggressive.
I mean,
why not take a shot at him?
I don't think you're kicking a field goal. Do you really want to?
No, he's going to punt it.
You punt it, and if you put it in the end zone, like...
Yeah, you don't pick up much.
You pick up that much? I'm kind of with you there. I think you're in a spot here, and I know your defense has played well.
My philosophy is the odds are already stacked against me. Okay? And the odds are stacked against you getting a 4th down and 8. However, if you want to win the football game, you're going to have to take some chances.
Nicarella puts a foot into it. And you know what? If you are going to punt, that's about the best result you could hope for. Like a pitching wedge. Just drop that one down to the 2-yard line. Nice job by the Maine punter, and now the Liberty will take over with their back up against the wall. There you go.
Punter.
You know what? There is nothing better than punter celebrations.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of them.
Right there. Come on. Come on. And then come on top of it. Little Tiger Woods fist
right.
pump.
Often overlooked, but hey, that's what he's in there to do. Did his job, and now we'll see if this Liberty offense, which finally started to look like it had a little rhythm at the end of the 1st half, we'll see if they can build on that.
Favorite thing to say, Liberty offense. Coming out of the soup.
Vasco going to run. Has some room to run. Near side, across the 15, stepping out of bounds.
And that's how you come out of the soup right there. Pick up 15 yards.
1st down run for Vasco, his best run of the day.
And that's what Vasco does really well. But Liberty blocks it up, gives them that gap, gives them a little space to work with now.
Caden Williams, the running back, in there alongside of him. Vasco pulls it, option near side. Juju Gray takes the pitch and is out just shy of the 30-yard line. It looks like he'll have another 1st down.
Yeah, that's very well executed. That's why you like to run from a game planning standpoint. You run the option into the short side of the field because that linebacker and corner are already condensed down. And if you can put some threat and some pressure on him, it allows Juju Gray to get out a little bit wider, and there's nobody there for that pitch man. You can pick up 10, 11 yards.
Liberty averaged 250 rush yards a game last season. They're at 94 right now. Haven't really been able to get the ground game going so far today. Vasco again, option again near side, and picking up 5 or 6 there was Juju.
Yeah, that's just good calling by Willie Korn. You know, to see the same thing over and over. There really isn't a way to defend the pitch man into the boundary right there unless you shift your defense over. You take a look at it right here. The inside, the corner's there. He's got to pick up the quarterback, and then that pitch man's wide open. Yes, it's in the short side, but it's a way to pick up 5 or 6 yards on 1st down.
Yeah, they end up getting almost 8. Vasco pulls it out, going to throw, deflected into the air, and it falls falls to the turf.
Those are dangerous.
Chris Bacon came in and got a big paw on it. And it'll bring up 3rd and short.
Chris Bacon with a really nice play. When you see that quick step drop, a quick 3-step drop, boom, hands up, bat the ball. Lucky they didn't get that ball to get tipped up and able to pick that off for a potential game-changing play. Look like it went right off his head. Good job by him.
So 3rd and 2. Caden Williams takes it, wrapped up quickly, and he's not going to get there.
What a stop.
Maine all over it.
What a stop. You have to punt here. There's no option. I can't see him. I can't see Coach Chadwell even thinking about going. You're on your own 35-yard line.
Now, he's a guy that's been aggressive in the past, but no, he's not going to do it in this situation. Going to boot it away. The dangerous Scott Woods hasn't really had a chance to return a punt yet so far today. But we told you he was one of the best return men in the Ivy League a year ago.
Yeah, and if I'm Maine right now, I'm setting up my wall return. I want a wall return with the ball in Scott Woods' hands. See if you can make a play on special teams.
Max Morgan on to punt it. Oh, that was shanked. Takes a friendly roll, though. It'll end up being a lot better than it looked. That thing came off his foot awkwardly, but took a friendly liberty roll, and Maine will take over just inside the 20. Still a 7-7 game here in Lynchburg.
Today tastes like a home game, like a huddle. Tastes like we're bringing the heat, and like a front row seat. Tastes like we're a team, and it never tasted this good.
Become a visionary from day one. All champions are visionaries. God wants to burn a vision into your heart. You're not called to fill up space. You're not just an occupant. You're not just a spectator. You're supposed to be a participant in God's primary goal. And so that's our mission. God has called you to achieve, to win. You have no right to be ordinary. God has called you to be extraordinary.
This is not a truck. This is what keeps your company running. This is a connection to our community. This is a trailblazer to go further than we've ever gone before. This is reliability when disaster strikes. This is who keeps us moving. This is not a truck. This is how we fuel the way forward. This is Foster Fuels.
Thank you, teachers.
Thank you, teachers.
Thank you, Coach Prater, for always supporting me.
Thank you, Chestnut Ridge Middle School, for always teaching me to stay curious.
Thank you, Mrs. Love out of Trent Test Academy.
Thank you, Ms. Cross, for everything, letting me be myself.
Thank you, Ms. Young, for all the life lessons you gave me.
Thank you, Mrs. Hurdlove.
Thank you, Sean Witten, for everything you've done for me.
Thank you, teachers. You're appreciated.
Every day. Every day.
Every day.
Every day is game day for teachers.
This presentation of college football is brought to you by Foster Fuels, turn up the heat, and by Carter Bank, member FDIC. Picture perfect day for football weather-wise, although there's about, 20,000 or so folks here that aren't enjoying things so much so far today. Liberty a heavy favorite. Locked in a fist fight right now, all tied at 7. We're midway through the third quarter. Maine takes over. Handoff coming near side, cutting it up, and just falling across the 20-yard line was Rashawn Marshall. A man they call Shady. And no career carries coming into today, but he's been able to spell Sincere Baines a bit. Two receivers to either side for the Black Bears. They have outgained Liberty on the day. Pull it out, sling it, have a man open. First down yardage, across the 35, and bumped out of bounds. That was Mo Irrifan on the reception.
Yeah, just a really good play right there. Caused a little bit of confusion in the Liberty secondary. The number 2 man went up the sidelines like he's running a wheel, and then the number one outside came back in on that short little hitch and able to pick up good chunk yardage right there. I think just a little bit of confusion in the Liberty secondary on that play.
So Maine moves the change. It was really penalties that derailed their last drive. They were moving the football. Handoff, breaking a tackle, still on his feet, picking up 8 or 9 there was Marshall. It looked like Liberty was going to get him down for a loss, and somehow he kept his feet.
Yeah, and those are the plays. Those are the plays that give Maine that little juice of energy right there. When you see a guy spinning and turning and churning his legs, that just helps the whole offense. The sideline see it. It gets everybody going.
2nd and 1. This is the kind of situation where you might take a shot. Ball just on the Maine side of the field.
Got man-to-man in the slot on Woods.
They hand it off. Running for the first down, still churning those legs, getting some extra yardage is Rashawn Marshall. He's finding some success here on this possession.
You know, we talk about the Liberty's defensive line and their depth right now, but what we're starting to see a little bit is this Maine offensive line is staying on these blocks, and you almost get a sense here right now, 7 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, that they're wearing them down a little bit.
They've got some confidence.
Yeah, they got confidence, and they feel as if they can block these guys.
Baines back in there now. Joe, if I told you Maine would be out rushing Liberty at this point in the game, you'd have called me crazy, but it's happening. We're seeing it happen right now.
And I've called you crazy more than once.
More than a few times. They're looking to take their shot, loading up, now firing downfield, and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, good job by Liberty secondary right there. They had a lot of time to throw, and I cannot believe there wasn't a holding. One of the Liberty D linemen coming through just got tackled on that play.
They were looking for Mo Irafin down the field, but back into that Liberty defense doing a nice job. That's been the one thing that really Maine hasn't been able to hit on.
The deep ball.
Dot down the field.
They're close on a couple.
They've taken a couple of opportunities to throw it down there, but just haven't been able to connect on it. 2nd and 10 on the Liberty 45. Handoff, Baines tries to turn the corner, slides down after a pickup of maybe 2. Here comes another 3rd down.
And the thing, especially if Maine can convert one right here, the thing that Maine has done a good job today is keeping Liberty's crowd out of the ball game.
Absolutely.
Outside of the C.J. Bazell knocked loose ball turnover and then the ball to Reese Smith, they've done a great job of just sort of plodding along and not allowing the crowd to get into the game.
3rd and 8. Maine today is converted on 2 of 6 3rd down opportunities. Empty backfield, 5 wide.
Quarterback draw right here.
Peavy coming near side, has a man through his hands. Oh goodness, Sincere Baines had no one within 5 yards of him, and it goes right through his hands.
Yeah, what a good job by Peavy standing there and delivering the ball, but Sincere Baines just took his eye off at the last second. Looks like they're going back to punt, trying to play the field position game right now.
But that's
a big one.
Is a big one. You had an opportunity to convert, get the first down. And now they'll see if they can pin Liberty deep once again. Reese Smith back to return it. Pecorella to boot it away. Had to drop at the 2-yard line the last time. We'll see what he can do with this one. Again, checks up, and they'll down it at around the 6.
Pecorella breaks out the sand wedge. Little spin on it. Little suck it back to the flag.
Pecorella looking like one of the MVPs so far today for the Black Bears. 7-7 ball game. That Liberty offense trying to get on track. With more on the Flames, let's check in once again with Annie Corey.
Yeah, Matt, while the Liberty defense was on the field, center Aaron Fenimore had the entire O-line gathered around him, telling them, hey, we all got to step up to the plate right now and do our job. Jamie Chadwell said that Fenimore is just a huge pillar of leadership in that O-line room, and he's showing it right now.
Yeah, they need some leadership. They need some explosiveness on that side of the ball. Von Blue, see if he can provide it. Nice run on first down, gets about 4. Joe, we really have not seen Liberty take any shots down the field. Do you feel like at some point, whether it's Dante Lee or Jamari Prince, you just got to, like, let's see if you can find a big play downfield.
Yeah, you always think of, like, the bigger guys. Elijah's the injured player, Elijah Canyon.
Right.
You know, some of these guys, Dante Lee, like you said, Jamari Person, these are guys that speed, get downfield, and on top of it, sometimes you just got to let a guy go up and get a 50-50 ball and see if he can get it done.
That's Von Blue down on the turf, so that would be
limping off.
Not great. He missed a lot of time his freshman year with an injury. Good to see him be able to walk off under his own power, so that's at least encouraging. We'll keep an eye on his availability the rest of this ball game, as you see that ankle kind of get rolled up on a little bit.
Hopefully he's okay. I'm a little surprised that Von Blue was that only his second carry of the game? Really thought that he was going to be an integral part of the offense.
So Gray and Williams now the two backs alongside Vasco. Vasco going to try to run it himself, turns it up, and going to be tackled just shy of the marker. He's probably 2-3 yards shy, which will bring up third down as Christian Thomas was able to get him to the turf.
Yeah, I think what Liberty's starting to discover in their offense is that the option game has been some good play. They haven't had a home run on it, but they've been able to use the option game in order to pick up some good yardage and some first downs, leaving them in a 3rd and short right here.
And that was a concern for Jordan Stevens. He said this early on, being as detailed as you need to be to defend the option, he had some concerns about how his defense would hold up against that. But they've done a pretty good job of limiting Liberty's explosiveness so far here today. Late substitution, play clock down to 5. 3rd and 2. Handoff up the middle, falling forward. It's going to be close. That was Caden Williams on the run. And did he get enough? Yep, got just enough by about the length of a football, maybe a little less. And Joe, you just sense almost the tension in this building. Like everybody's just in red, just kind of waiting for something to happen, some sort of explosive play.
Exactly, there's the words right there, Matt. There's some type of explosive play. It doesn't feel like you just need to keep plodding their way down the field. That hasn't worked very well. Got to get a big play.
Aiden Williams again met in the hole. They'll get 3, maybe 4. And I think if you're Maine right now, you're like, that's fine.
Yeah, keep that clock running.
You know, you limit them to 3-4 yards. You'll take that certainly. All right, let's check in once again with Annie.
Yeah, Matt, Von Blue came off the field, was giving people thumbs up right away. You know, they were feeling around the top of his foot. That's the area that's giving him pain right now. But he keeps saying he's good to go. Right now, he's just pacing back and forth on the sidelines. They tried to bring him into the medical tent, but guys, he told trainers, no, I don't like going in that tent. Keep me out here.
Well, yeah, you don't want any part of going into that tent. He knows there's a great opportunity for him to be a big part of this Liberty offense if he can stay healthy. Wants to stay out there. 2nd 7. Vasco looks to throw near side. Connects with Jamari Person. Quickly wrapped up and dropped. Looks to be just shy of the sticks as Vincent Nwachi, the transfer from Frostburg State, there on the coverage.
Yeah, you got to give Liberty credit offensively. They're not pressing the panic button just yet. They're in a 3rd and 1 right here, but just the quick short out, the quick short gains on the option routes. But maybe Coach Korn's looking to set something up for a shot downfield here shortly. I mean, it's man free right now. If you're gonna take a shot, look up top right there, man free, and have the opportunity to get a one-on-one.
Said to give to Williams. Best run of the day. He's across the 40, bumped out of bounds at about the 48-yard line.
And that's part of the philosophy, too. If you can get that run game going, a little 5 yards here, 4 yards here, stay with it. Eventually, you're going to break one. Take a look right there. They pull the guard. Pull the guard from the backside. Nice little kick-out block. Caden Williams hits a hole. There you go. That's what they're looking for. Some of those chunk yardage plays.
Williams, Juju Gray remaining in the game at the 2 back spots. Williams now Liberty's leading rusher with 52 yards on 9 carries. Vasco pulls it out, tripped up and dropped. Coming from his linebacker position was Christian Thomas, and just held on long enough to get Vasco to the turf.
Okay, and that's the adjustment that Maine makes defensively right there. Liberty's been running the option into the short side of the field. So what Maine decided on their adjustment is that they're going to take the inside backer, loop him over the top to take the running back. So now Vasco had nowhere to pitch the ball, so he had to take the loss. Good scheme and good adjustment by Maine Black Bears defensive coordinator.
Well, Liberty gets off schedule there, losing 4 on first down. Now they go empty backfield. They spread it out 5 wide. Vasco fires middle of the field, caught, spinning free. Casey Kane across the 40, enough for a Liberty first down.
And I would like to see more of this. Now that Liberty's really condensed the box and they've been trying to make these runs on the inside, little short side option. Now spread them out, get those shots over the middle, which could set up those deep shots downfield we've been talking about.
We've heard a lot about how this is the best receiver room that Liberty's had in the Chadwell era. You kind of just wait for him to sooner or later give him an opportunity to make some of those plays.
And I think a part of that has to do with Ethan Vasco's confidence as a passer.
Handoff, Williams up the middle, picks up about 9. So Caden Williams starting to get a run with a little full head of steam there. A little angry run for Williams as he gets Liberty in a good spot, 2nd and short.
Yeah, you know, Andy reported on Aaron Fenimore and what he had to say to the offensive line. It seems like those guys have taken that to heart, and you can sense in this drive they're wearing down that Black Bears defensive line a little bit.
Yeah, take that back. That was Dickens on the carry. He had just subbed in. Transfer from Georgia Tech.
That's the end of the third, Matt.
And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. What a ball game. You could have asked me 10 different scenarios of how this game would unfold. I never would have guessed 7-7 heading to the 4th quarter, but here we are. 7-7 ball game as we head to the fourth. In Maine's history, they've beaten 4 FBS foes.
Okay.
It could be 15 minutes away from making it 5. But Liberty's driving right now and a chance to go in front. You feel like the Flames have to find a way to get some points on this possession, the way they've been able to drive it down the field. Option coming near side. Juju Gray trying to bounce it outside. And Maine does a good job of stretching that out and pushing him out of bounds.
Yeah, I like the adjustments that Maine's defense is doing against the option game. They've seen a heavy dose of it here lately, especially into the short side of the field. They've made the adjustments to pick up the back and allow those short yardage gains right now.
A 3rd and a long 2. Keep in mind, Liberty already missed 1 field goal today. So if you don't pick this up, I don't know how much confidence Chadwell has to run a kicker out there for a long one. Dickens, the running back. They give it to him. Hit, stood up, dropped. He didn't get there.
I think you got to go for it, Matt. I think at this point in the game, you've sustained a good drive so far, and you're in a 4th down right now. You're at the 32-yard line. I think this opportunity, Liberty's got to flex their muscles, take a little bit of chance. You shouldn't be in a 7-7 ball game right now. It looks like they are. It looks like
I don't think Jamie Chadwell had any thought of putting this in the hands or on the foot of a kicker. He's leaving his offense out there. Christian Thomas with the big last tackle. Here we go, 4th and 1. How big is this play? Gray and Dickens, the 2 backs.
They're giving you an inside run look.
Vasco pulls it out. Pressure comes. Looking, running out of time. Hit as he throws. Jump ball, knocks free. And the Maine defense gets the job done.
Yeah, they were trying to get the ball to Juju Gray out in the flat. Maine did a great job of covering. The defense was really set up for an inside run, but then Liberty decides to roll out, trying to throw the ball in the flat to Juju. There's nothing there, so they go to the deep secondary option and break it right up. Wow, this is something else. We got ourselves a ball game at Williams Stadium.
Weekdays are a grind. Traffic, overflowing inbox, missed calls. Your weekdays deserve better. And this October, Conference USA is bringing better straight to your living room. Weekday CUSA is back. Conference USA is here to make your weekdays fun again. Enter a world of college football bliss. Treat yourself to touchdowns, turnovers, and the thrills that come with weekday CUSA football. CUSA is the star of the show weeknights all October long. Don't miss 1 second of the action.
This is not a truck. This is what keeps your company running. This is a connection to our community. This is a trailblazer to go further than we've ever gone before. This is reliability when disaster strikes. This is who keeps us moving. This is not a truck. This is how we fuel the way forward. This is Foster Fuels.
Become a visionary from day one. All champions are visionaries. God wants to burn a vision into your heart. You're not called to fill up space. You're not just an occupant. You're not just a spectator. You're supposed to be a participant in God's primary goal. And so that's our mission. God has called you to achieve, to win. You have no right to be ordinary. God has called you to be extraordinary.
Life is best lived full of opportunities and dreams, of goals achieved and promises kept. Since 1974, Carter Bank has been committed to helping our community prosper because we know that a full life well lived doesn't happen alone. Whether it's the family up the road looking to make the most of every dollar or a local business looking for the capital and guidance to reach the next level, we are all part of one community. We are Carter Bank, the preferred community bank of Liberty Flames Athletics.
Welcome back to Williams Stadium. It wows Maine head coach Jordan Stevens just how much Carter Peavy has bought into life up north in Maine. When he's not playing football, he works part-time as a landscaper. Coach Stevens said sometimes he'll look outside his window and see Carter mowing lawns, weed whacking, plowing snow, depending on what time of year it is. I mean, he said who wouldn't want to play for a quarterback like that, Matt?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's the guy on campus. And that handoff and breaking free from Rashawn Marshall across midfield, across the 40. And another big run for this Maine offense has them in business.
Yeah, great job right there. Peavy makes that. That was the same play from before, but this time he handed it off. Give the illusion that you're running over to the right side. Hand back onto the inside, takes off to left, finds that crease, picks up big yardage.
Marshall remains in the ball game. He and Baines have really started to click in the ground game. They have had really the big offensive plays so far today for the Black Bears as Marshall goes in, moves the pile forward a few yards. We talked to you at the beginning of the ball game about Carter Peavy and his ability to run the football. They haven't asked a lot of him in that regard, but he's still a guy where at any moment he could pull that thing and he could be a weapon with his legs as well.
And they're getting that. We're in the fourth quarter now, so you're getting to the point where, like, they're not just running the football. They believe that they can take control of this in running the football. That offensive line is gaining a lot of confidence.
That was one of their most experienced groups on this team. A lot of turnover. The offensive line has been good. That ball, I think there's just a miscommunication there between quarterback and receiver.
Yeah, they thought that was going to be an outside bubble screen. Peavy read as a bubble screen, and then they were trying to run the quick screen down underneath. Like you said, just a miscommunication. And once again, here you go, Matt. We're in that two down range. You know, if you don't pick up the first down here, do you try to go for it or potentially attempt a field goal?
Go with a hard count. Liberty doesn't jump, so now Maine looks to the sideline.
There's the guy right there, Scott Woods in that slot. You look for him, something right over top the middle.
Peavy has plenty of time now, running out, steps up in the pocket, avoids the rush. Coming near side, looking downfield, flag flies, and the pass falls incomplete. That's kind of that area of holding, and it will be holding going against the Black Bears.
Take this one or decline it, make it fourth down. Got a feeling they'd go for it.
Yeah, you know, we thought that before, too, in a very similar situation, and they trusted their punter to pin Liberty deep.
Holding, number 65, offense, penalty is declined. Result of the play, fourth down.
So I think they'll punt it. They've had success twice without scoring points. Take a look right
now,
there.
the offense is staying out on the field. If you're Jordan Stevens, you kind of wonder, all right, at some point, do we just need to lay it on the line and say, we're going to go try to win this thing? And that's what they're doing right here. 4th and 8. Offense remains on the field. Ball on the Liberty 38-yard line. Scott Woods has been a weapon in the receiving game for Maine today. Can they get him the football? Peavy fires, incomplete. Behind his intended target, Mo Irafin. And Liberty finds a way to do just enough to get off the field to get the football back.
Timeout on the field.
A little bit of a gamble for Maine. You felt like they almost had to take it. Now they'll hand it back to their defense and hope they can do the job. 7-7 ball game, 12:03 to go here in the fourth. Joe, have you heard about the new ESPN app? I'm going to tell you about it. You can get all of ESPN college football all in one place with the all-new ESPN app. Unlocked with the ESPN Unlimited plan, or you can log in with your TV provider.
I mean, I'm looking at that graphic right there. They got everything covered.
There's a few people logging onto that app right now, like refreshing this score, saying there's no way that can be true. Tied here in the fourth quarter as Dickens takes the handoff, gets about 6.
I think it's time for Liberty's offensive line. Flex your muscles, run the football. Flex your muscles, run the football. Then you got to take a shot down.
That's a little why it was surprising on 4th and 1. They didn't do that. Vasco looking downfield, loading up, has a man, fires, incomplete.
I'll make the play.
He was looking for Casey Kane, had him open, and unable to haul it in.
That's that play as a receiver that you really need to bail your quarterback out. When you're struggling as an offense, those receivers, you're only going to get so many opportunities. You got to be able to go up and make that catch. I know it's difficult. The ball isn't exactly where it's supposed to be, but be an athlete, make the catch, bail your quarterback out.
So just like that, 3rd down now for Liberty, 3rd and 4.
Once again, you got a small box right here. There's a chance for inside run is really what you want.
The pressure, Vasco stands in, fires a strike, caught on the near sideline. 1st down yardage for the Flames. Reese Smith hauled it in, and did a late flag come in on the end of that? A little bump.
Yeah, a little bump after. I didn't see anything.
The officials getting together to talk about it. As Smith with a huge 3rd down reception. Good job by Dickens as well,
great
picking
job.
up that blitzer. And
no, we can't call that. We're not calling. We're not calling.
Like, come on.
We're not calling that. We're not calling that. Just let's play football.
Personal foul.
They did it.
Late hit, out of bounds. Number 94. Defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic 1st down.
That's soft.
I'm going to say there's a Maine fan listening right now that just threw a cold refreshment at the TV.
That's
after that.
That's tough. Chris Bacon flagged, and now a huge break for Liberty is.
Yeah, there's a common sense factor as a reffing crew that you say, yes, did he make contact with him out of bounds? He was pulling off and there was no damage done. You just can't make that call.
So now 1st and 10 on the 30 of Maine. Liberty another great opportunity, and now they'll back up. Casey Kane took off. Nobody else on that Liberty side moved.
False start. Number 2, offense. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
Yeah, those are the little things that, I was out at practice the other day with Coach Chadwell and had a couple of those exact same things happen right there with those false starts, and that's the stuff that drives coaches crazy.
Who wants to win this game, Joe?
Yeah, who wants it?
1st and 15 now. 3 receivers out.
Cover 2 men. Middle of the field's open.
Vasco looking that way. Pumps, throws, and deflected potentially. It looked like maybe getting a hand on that.
Did you get a piece of that?
Was 45 for Maine to Kai Chisholm, and then Jamari Person unable to reel it in. He may have deflected that one before it ever got to his intended target.
Let's take a look at it here.
Vasco just did not look comfortable here. You saw him kind of double clutch.
Yeah, you're right, man. I think he did get a little piece of that. But, he's got some guys in his face. That O-line pass protection needs to really step up and give him a clean pocket.
Pulls it out, fires a strike. The catch made by Reese Smith. And that's really been the one guy here today, Joe, it seems like Vasco has a connection with.
Yeah, and you sense Reese Smith's
timeout on the field for an injury to the defense.
Okay, so a timeout now as an injured player for Maine.
Yeah, Reese Smith seems like the one receiver when you look at his route running and you look at him going up and aggressively getting the ball that feels very confident. He's a guy they probably need to go to down the stretch.
All right, 3rd down, another 3rd down situation. Vasco looking to pass, setting it up, fires a strike, caught by Dickens, turning the corner, heading to the end zone, and he is in. Dickens out of the backfield.
They had that one. They had that one in their pocket. A very well-designed football play. The idea was to go trips into the left side of the boundary, look like you're running screen over there, and then slip Dickens into the flat out the opposite end. Really fooled Maine's defense. Delivered the ball for a touchdown. Just a very, very well-designed
on the field
and well-executed football play
is under
by the
further
Flames
review.
offense.
Now they're going to review this one. Take another look to make sure he got in. By the way, I see Dickens getting some love from his teammates there on the sideline. This is Evan Dickens' birthday today as well.
A little TD birthday.
How about that?
Love
You got to
it.
give him some love.
I mean, do you think they take that into
You think Willie
consideration?
Corn is like, he's got on the top of his play call sheet like birthdays. Like, who do we need to get here?
I just wonder if the replay crew takes it into consideration.
Yeah.
Now this one is close. His foot might go.
Ooh, was that toe out of bounds there?
Really close. Really
almost
close.
looked like I was more thinking as he tried to jump over the pylon, was he in? But it looked like his toe potentially stepped out of bounds before he made the leap for the end zone. Remember, they did not review the first touchdown by the Flames that Reese Smith caught. It was very close as well. That's the question. I think it's that right foot. Was it a toe on the sideline?
I don't think you can overturn that. I think that's a touchdown. I mean, they were talking. I don't know. Do you see anything clear there?
Not on that. No.
Yeah. Good job by the camera crew getting right on top of that thing, able to zoom in, and I just think it's too close to call.
They're taking a long look at it. If it holds up. I mean, for Liberty, it has just been a grind today offensively. There has not been a whole lot to get excited about if you're a Liberty fan. You finally get an explosive play thanks to the catch and run by Dickens. Now you're like, well, is it going to hold up?
Oh, that's close.
Yeah.
There's the old white hat.
Yeah, they're getting a look at it.
Look at that shot.
How about
Look at that shot.
We're watching them watch it. This is next level stuff.
This is.
I'll tell you, it's taking a while. By the way, this season in Conference USA games, they actually have an off-site person that gets to take a look
After
and weigh in
review,
as well.
The ruling on the field of a touchdown is upheld.
There you go.
Too close to call.
Now that would have been one of those that might have been a stands under the old way. That would have been the call stands, not necessarily confirmed. But now it is simply upheld, and the Flames take a lead. Their first lead of this ball game comes at the 10:24 mark of the fourth quarter. Jay Billingsley on to boot it up and through.
There you go, a little cushion. See what this Maine offense can do.
Yeah, pressure shifts back to the Black Bears now. Will they have an answer? Trailing for the first time today. We're about to find out. 10:24 left in this ball game.
Yeah, you see this whole defense right here shifts to the side against this trips formation, but this is the distraction right here. You'll see Vasco gets a ball snapped. He looks over here real quick. The receiver comes down, blocks to the inside, and then you slip the back out into the flat. Get the defense all working this way, slipping on the flat, able to seal that off and score a touchdown. It's the old distraction, shot to the flat, touchdown Flames. There he goes out in the flat. Good block by the receiver. Down the sidelines, create a little space. Touchdown. Well-designed football play and well executed.
Now we'll find out what Maine still has up their sleeve. You know, beforehand, tie ball game, you can kind of just stick with your plan. Now a little bit more pressure. Do we see them try to take a few more shots down the field, put it a little bit more on the arm of Carter Peavy? Still plenty of time left. But you feel like this is a huge possession for this Maine offense as that one sails out of the end zone.
I do think, though, Matt, I think that with Maine and as well as they've rushed the football.
Oh, flags fly in now.
Look at that little scuffle.
So this could be
a penalty if this goes either way.
Yeah,
This could be a big penalty. Offsetting would be my guess.
Aren't offsetting the word. It's just like, if somebody did it, like, come on.
But you know what, though?
It's kind of, you bail yourself out as an official when you do offset.
I get it. But at the same time, like, two kids get in a fight, they both got to go to the principal's office. You can't just pick one.
After the play is over, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 37, kicking team. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Big 15-yarder. And you see Jamie Chadwell trying to get the explanation there.
That's number 37's first unsportsmanlike of the
pushed
game.
Him, he said after the whistle, maybe.
So that sets Maine up with much better field position than they would have had otherwise. That's Max Morgan who kicked that thing out, the punter.
What?
You're a punter. You can't be getting penalties like that. What? Goodness. So now they start on the 40-yard line. Handoff, Baines trying to come near side, nowhere to go, wrapped up, dropped. The Liberty defense gave him nowhere to run. That was Nate Paroli who was there for the tackle.
Peavy's missed a couple reads so far on this read option run game where he's had the opportunity once to hand it off. That time right there, he wants to pull it, and he should have pulled it and had a little bit more space to work with.
So loss of one. That one picked, intercepted. His intended target, Declan McKevitt, unable to get his head around in time. It's intercepted by Amarian Williams.
Yeah, like you said, Peavy just let that one go a little bit too soon before his head was around. And great job by Amarian Williams on the deflection, be able to go down and get that and actually make the play. It's when you come out of these right here, great play. Time to put the Joker mask on. Go a quick turnaround. Oh, nice catch. Way to go down and get that. Wouldn't be surprised right now would be the opportunity after quick turnover. Take a shot downfield right here. Try to put the dagger in him.
Yeah, Williams last season, 3 interceptions to lead the way for Liberty. Gets his first one there. And yeah, you're absolutely right. Flames now with the chance to really put the hammer down. Vasco pulls it out, looking downfield. Now pressure comes. He's gone near side, looking, firing, has a man. I don't think he was in bounds, Joe.
I think his foot stepped
and they
out of
wave it
bounds.
off. Casey Kane, his foot went out of bounds before the reception.
Yeah, that's good officiating. Before, it wasn't that he caught it out of bounds, but his foot went out of bounds before he actually made the catch. Which he has to reestablish himself back in the play.
Yeah,
the ruling on the field.
Watch that right
the
foot.
receiver was out of bounds when he touched the ball. Therefore, an incomplete pass. Second down.
The foot is out of bounds.
It's about simultaneous. It's a good call. It's the right call. Good job by the referees picking that up right away.
But you were exactly right. They were looking to take a shot on that play. Maine did a pretty good job defending it.
I was surprised he didn't take a shot to Dante Lee on the post.
Second and long. Vasco keeps it. Now cuts it up. Well defended by the Black Bears defense again. You talked about it, Joe. Early in the that option was gashing them, they have shut it down.
Yeah, they've made the defensive adjustments using the linebacker and the corner to cover. They're having a hard time covering the pitch man, but scraping that linebacker over the top has taken away that, and they've done a good job of making those adjustments, shut it down here late in the fourth quarter.
So here we go, 3rd and long.
Maine's got an opportunity to quick turnaround to be able to change the possession and be able to get a stop right here and keep themselves in this ball game.
Dickens remains in as the running back. 3 receivers to the near side. Elijah Canyon in motion. Now in the slot. Vasco, time in the pocket. Fires. Canyon to catch. First down yardage. Driven out of bounds at the 32.
And it all comes down to pass protection, Matt. What Maine decided to do right there, they said, hey, we're going to play man-to-man across the board, and we're going to hope to get pressure on the quarterback and make him throw it sooner than he needs to. But Liberty does a great job of creating the pocket for Vasco, which allows the opportunity for the route downfield to develop, and then he delivers it for the first down. So really, that credit goes to the offensive line of Liberty right there.
Huge first down conversion for this Liberty offense. Hand off up the middle. Dickens into the pile. And he picks up about 5 on first down. We have seen a lot more of him here in the second half. Part of that may be due to Von Blue getting a little bit dinged up. But Dickens may be earning himself a lot more looks moving forward with the way he has played here today.
And the one thing the coaches will look at is pass protection. And Dickens has also done a really good job in his pass protection with Vasco to deliver the ball downfield some.
Vasco pulls it out, pitches to Juju Gray, tries to cut it up, goes nowhere. How about that job by Christian Thomas? He has had a fantastic game.
He really has.
The Maine linebacker, and he's letting Juju Gray know about it right now.
Yeah, once again, that option into the short side of the field, and Christian Thomas, one of the impact players, comes over the top, and he really has had quite an impact on this game.
That is his 14th tackle today.
Right there, scrape high over the top, tackle in space.
And that's a shifty guy you're trying to corral in space, and he just did a great job. So another 3rd down now for the Flames.
They're in man-to-man again. It's about pass protection.
Vasco checking with the sideline, changes the play. Option. That's Dickens. Pushed out of bounds. Did he get enough for the first down? Looks like he didn't get a great spot. Yeah, did not get a great spot. They're going to be short.
And I like the call right there, because in man-to-man, you can use your receiver to run the corner off and then get that quick edge on the pitch.
So 4th down. Liberty leaves the offense on the field. That was not a very good spot. Looking at that replay again. Chadwell, no hesitation. They're going to go.
Man, it's 14-7, man.
0 for 1 on 4th downs today. It was a 4th and 1 the last time they tried to pass it. Vasco under center. They're just going to try to sneak this thing. And now a timeout. Liberty wants a timeout. They want to talk about it. So it'd be about a 39-yard field goal right now, which happens to be 2 yards longer than the one they missed on their opening drive of the ball game.
See, I think you got to kick field goal. I think you got to trust. You got to trust
this
your field goal.
tells you if they go for it, how much trust they have.
I mean, we're talking about a 39-yard field. Is that what you said, 39?
Yeah, I mean, you're under 40.
Come on, you got to trust your kicker. That gives you a 2-score lead with 6 minutes to go. Pretty much puts the game in the bag for you. So, I mean, I would think. But 4th and 1 with Liberty's offense, they can get that done.
All right, with the timeout, we will take one as well. Decision time for Jamie Chadwell and the Flames.
This is not a truck. This is what keeps your company running. This is a connection to our community. This is a trailblazer to go further than we've ever gone before. This is reliability when disaster strikes. This is who keeps us moving. This is not a truck. This is how we fuel the way forward. This is Foster Fuels.
Become a visionary from day one. All champions are visionaries. God wants to burn a vision into your heart. You're not called to fill up space. You're not just an occupant. You're not just a spectator. You're supposed to be a participant in God's primary goal. And so that's our mission. God has called you to achieve, to win. You have no right to be ordinary. God has called you to be extraordinary.
Life is best lived full of opportunities and dreams, of goals achieved and promises kept. Since 1974, Carter Bank has been committed to helping our community prosper because we know that a full life well lived doesn't happen alone. Whether it's the family up the road looking to make the most of every dollar or a local business looking for the capital and guidance to reach the next level, we are all part of one community. We are Carter Bank, the preferred community bank of Liberty Flames Athletics.
Get ready for a great week of soccer in Lynchburg. From November 2nd through the 7th, Liberty hosts the 2025 Conference USA Women's Soccer Championship. The league's top teams face off in a week of high-stake matches, all fighting for the conference crown and a shot at the NCAA tournament.
Shot and scores! Shoot, scores!
High stakes, big moments, and it all comes down to this. Catch the action in Lynchburg or follow along at conferenceusa.com.
Take a look at what Ethan Vasco has done in his first start as a member of the Flames. 17 for 30. That's about 57% completion rate. He's thrown a couple of touchdowns, hasn't turned the ball over. That's been a positive thing, but it's been kind of an up and down day for him. Big moment here, though. 4th and 1, Vasco under center. Dickens, the running back. They just do the old tush push, lean forward.
That's close.
Did he get enough?
He got it. Yep,
the official running in, yep, they give him enough to get the first down. A huge conversion for Liberty.
You don't need to worry about the in those situations. We've been doing this a long time together, and Eagle Eye Joe will make that call long before the white. Sure, you don't have to worry about it.
We're on top of it. We appreciate everything you do for us. As the Flames find a way to move the chains. And now the clock will become an issue as well as Liberty scoring for Maine as it ticks towards 5 minutes to go. Juju Gray, the reception, slipped out, still on his feet, somehow slipped his way through a few tacklers' arms as he was able to pick up a few on first down.
Yeah, I think you got to play it safe here. You play it safe. You try to run the football, little short outside screens like that. Pick your first downs up. Try to get the ball in the end zone the old-fashioned way. Now you're definitely in a position in field goal range where you can go up 2 scores if you have to. You just don't want anything bad to happen if you're on the Liberty offense. From Maine's point of view, you try to create a turnover right now.
Couple of seasons, this is the point of the game where Liberty would just run the rock and lean on you. Vasco pulls it, fires in traffic, knocked free. He was looking for Juju Gray. Latrell Couchman broke it up.
Yeah, Couchman made a really nice play right there. That looked like the old Tampa 2 defense where you have to run with the running back right down the middle. He's the middle runner right there, and he sees his eyes get big. Take a look at it right there. Picks up the back out of the backfield. Runs with him hip, and it gets his hands up, knocks it out. That is a really nice defensive play. Didn't pass interfere, no interference, really good play.
Liberty hoping that Maine was thinking the way I was, and they're just going to run the rock, and they'd be able to slip him out there and hit a big play. Instead, 3rd and 6. 3 receivers to the right. He's looking that direction. Hand in his face, has a man, and was it hauled in? Maine saying no. Signals given. Dante Lee with the reception. Maine continuing to plead its case that ball hit the ground and he didn't complete the catch.
That was a great throw by Vasco. Caden Williams tried to pick up the blitzer. The blitzer did get past Caden Williams. Vasco had him in his face and delivered a strike right there. Let's see if he actually made the catch.
Jamari Gibson was in coverage trying to knock it free.
The ruling on the field is a catch, resulting in a touchdown.
So there you go. Touchdown Flames. Tell you what, every touchdown they've had today has had some form of controversy, hasn't it?
Let's take a look on the replay.
Let's see. The Maine players were screaming that they had knocked that thing out.
Is under further review.
Well, it was moving, but I don't know that it ever actually touched the ground.
This will be a good angle right here. This will tell you a lot right here.
So then you see it moving. Did it actually hit turf at any point? And that arm still underneath it. Boy, nothing that you see there makes it appear that you could overturn this.
That's a touchdown. That's a good, old-fashioned, fantastic catch touchdown. Yeah, there, he caught that.
Yeah.
His hands under it.
It was moving, certainly, but he re-secured it, was in bounds when he did so, I believe. And so, yeah, I think that's a touchdown.
That's a strong catch by Dante Lee Jr. and also a really nice throw from Vasco with a guy in his face.
That'll be the third touchdown toss of the day for Ethan Vasco. Dante Lee, a guy that coaches said we expect him to take the next step this season. Great speed, D2 transfer prior to last season. I think he's ready to break out.
There's Coach Tony Washington.
You see Dante Lee, he's looking at the replay on the video board saying, yeah, I caught that. Are you kidding me?
After
Here we
review,
go.
The receiver completed the process of the catch as he went to the ground. The ruling of touchdown is upheld.
There you go.
And that may be the dagger in this ball game. Tell you what, it has not been easy for the Flames today. They have, whether through their own doing or the way that Maine has played, it has been difficult for them as the extra point up and through. But it looks like they're going to end up escaping here today, barring something miraculous in the last 4.5 minutes.
And you'd really like to see an Ethan, if you're from Liberty standpoint, you really like to see an Ethan Vasco in a 14-7 game on a third down when it all counts, that Willie Corn has the confidence to dial up a play to him to give him a long throw to the corner of the end zone to be able to make a touchdown.
Well, listen, if this was difficult, Lane fans may not want to look at what's coming next. You go at Jacksonville State. They gave UCF all they wanted in the opener.
They did.
That was a tie game late in the fourth. Bowling Green, now under new head coach Eddie George, looked good week one. And then the big one back here in Williams Stadium, James Madison, September 20th. And all Flames fans are thinking this right now, if it was this difficult today against the FCS opponent, all those games look difficult moving forward. There doesn't look like a lot of gimmies just based off what we've seen so far here this afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, nothing against Maine. They are going to do, they look like they've got a really good football team, and they're going to do fantastic within the FCS from what I've seen so far. But just like you said, you're getting ready to hit a part of your schedule that's going to have bigger, stronger athletes and more depth. I mean, you have to understand, Maine is running with a lot less scholarships than these FBS teams, and so definitely the harder part of Liberty's schedule is ahead of them.
Handoff up the middle. Baines runs into some traffic, only gets a couple of yards. Yeah, I think if you're Maine, just touching on them for a minute, you're obviously frustrated with how it went here in the fourth quarter, but Sincere Baines, that's a guy you feel like you can build around. Rashawn Marshall, he's looked good. Scott Woods, another new addition. You like what you've seen from him. There are things to take away from this one, even in a loss, that you say, okay, we're going to have a chance to compete in the CAA this year. Take a shot downfield looking for Irfin. That ends up landing out of bounds.
And I like their offensive line.
Yeah.
I mean, their offensive line really at moments in this game started to really lean on Liberty's defensive line. So very impressed with Maine's football team.
You just go back to those couple of drives for Maine in the second half where they got into Liberty territory and stalled. A couple of times they got inside the Liberty 40, and then through some penalties or whatever, they just couldn't quite put points on the board. 3rd and 9 now. Peavy, pressure comes. He avoids the rush. Running for his life near side, looking downfield. Fires wide of his intended target. As that was Dexter Ricks in coverage. And it'll bring up 4th down. Speaking of Maine, what they have on the horizon, William & Mary on the road next week before Stonehill College, their first home game on the 13th. Take a look at the rest of that schedule.
I mean, they're going to be extremely competitive in that. Outside of, Georgia Southern, obviously, sure is a good football team, but Maine has an opportunity to have a really nice season.
So 4th down, flag flies. They take a shot down the field, nearly picked off. That was Damon Harmon trying to jump that route.
Offsides on Liberty. C.J. Bazell was trying to get a beat on the pass rusher, on the quarterback, and he just jumped the gun.
Offside, number 1, defense in the neutral zone at the snap. 5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
Coaches always say, and it is total cliche, you hear it all the time, I'm sure there's some truth to it, teams make their biggest jump week 1 to week 2.
Liberty's going to need to do that.
Liberty's going to need to do that, for sure. Going next week on the road to a hostile environment. Jacksonville State. Fourth and 3. Peavy has it deflected. It falls to the turf, and a turnover on downs will give it back to Liberty. Donovan Dozier, I believe, the one that got a hand on it.
Yeah, a real good job by Liberty defense. You start looking at what Kyle Krantz is doing defensively, and what a difference it makes. And I know we've talked about this in the past, Matt, and that is the ability to rush four down linemen out, defensive ends, in order to get 4 guys to get pressure on the quarterback. It just allows your back end to cover for so much longer instead of having to blitz 5 and 6 guys, which can open up some space in the field for the quarterback. So that's going to be the strength of Liberty's defense this year, is that pass rush is really a difference maker for them.
By the way, you just saw Brylan Green there wearing a full cast over the hand.
Yeah.
We hadn't seen him returning punts today, and well, that would be why. So now Liberty looking to just lead away the final 3:40. And
that's fine. That's not a penalty. I think that's a penalty. It's not. 2 guys in motion. Just got to get set.
Cuts it up inside the 20, lunging forward towards the 15. Nice run for the Liberty quarterback. How do you grade Vasco's performance today, Joe? It feels like you look at the numbers. Wow, 3 touchdowns, closing on 200 yards passing.
Maine.
And you say, okay, that's pretty good. But then there were times where it was a real struggle for him throwing the football.
Yeah, and that's going to happen. He's in a new program, first year, first game. He's gonna have some struggles along the way. You can't expect it to go perfect, but what you look for is you look for those glimpses.
Yeah.
Right? Is there glimpses where he makes the throws, that he makes a run like that in the option game, that he provides pressure on defense and does all those things, and you've seen that here today with the 3 touchdown throws. The thing that he's done really good with has been effective in the red zone with his throwing, and that's been a difference. So I think Ethan Vasco has a ton of things to build on to really get his confidence up moving into next week. He provides a lot of trouble for defenses. His ability to attack the edges as a runner in the option game and then stand in the pocket and still make some of the throws that he's made gives him the opportunity to be a really good player.
Dickens, the handoff down inside the 15. Yeah, and you figure, listen, he's been going through a quarterback battle this whole time, right? So he's been splitting reps this whole time. Getting all the reps will be important, and continuing to develop chemistry with these receivers.
That's a real good point. I said they've been battling since the spring.
Timeout of the half. This will be a full 60-second timeout. Clock off.
Timeout on the field.
Please reset the game clock to 3 minutes.
Also wonder, and we started the ball game with this by telling folks Ryan Berger out today with concussion. You wonder what his status will be moving forward.
Michael Merdinger, the transfer from North Carolina, I actually had the opportunity to call that bowl game where he was sort of throwing the fire against North Carolina and UConn, and he showed flashes of being a really good player. So I think he's young too. He's very young and is still a freshman, and so they've got some guys at the quarterback position that they definitely can develop.
So Liberty is going to avoid first loss to an FCS opponent since they moved
to the FBS level. Liberty will be 10-0 now. And one other stat, I know you like your tidbits, Joe.
Oh, it's my, you know, I'm a little disappointed. There's 3:28
right.
to go in the fourth quarter.
We held
and
this
we
one back.
haven't had a tidbits moment.
This one was in doubt for a while, so I didn't feel like I could use it. But
throw it at me. Tidbits with Matt Warren.
Jamie Chadwell, as Liberty head coach, has never lost on a Saturday. He will be 16-0 on a Saturday. Now, there's been some midweeks that have gone sideways, but on a Saturday, the guy's untouchable.
This is his Liberty record, right?
Liberty, at Liberty, yes. He'll be 16-0 on Saturday. So no one is a bigger hater on the October midweek games than Jamie Chadwell.
Than Mr. Saturday.
Yeah, Mr. Saturday himself, Jamie Chadwell.
Mr. Saturday hates Wednesdays.
Yeah. That clock ticks down under 3 minutes to go. It'll be third down for Liberty. 5 receivers. 3 to the near side. Vasco, 3 touchdown tosses today. Could he make it a 4th?
Quarterback drop.
Here comes, right up the gut, and he will walk into the end zone.
Yeah, see that one come from a mile away. Spread them out into empty. Get those linebackers to create more space. Bring the motion man across. Little kick out, little home opener. 27-7. Flames on top.
And that confidence for Ethan Vasco continues to go up with the way he has closed out this ball game. Vasco now Liberty's leading rusher as well, 63 yards on 13 carries. Extra point up and through, so people will look at this score later tonight and say, yeah, I guess Liberty kind of did what they were supposed to.
Yep.
Didn't quite look that way most of the afternoon, but
was that third
finding
quarter.
A way to pull away.
That third quarter for Maine is when they really talked about that. That's when they needed to make their move, and they weren't able to do it.
Liberty now 391 total yards on the day. Almost totally, like perfectly balanced. 197 through the air, 194 on the ground.
Can't complain about that.
No. It's been a variety of guys running the football. Dickens with 10 carries, Williams with 9.
Vasco, the leading rusher.
Yeah, so some
63 yards, 13 carries. He's carried it more than anyone.
They'll take a knee there in the end zone. We'll see what, I'll be interested to see how Jamie Chadwell describes this game, what he saw. You know, in the end, you take some lumps, you have some struggles. There's certainly something to be said for finding a way to get it done in the end. The defense ended up, holding Maine to just 7 points on the day, we assume, unless they score here late.
And the thing that you find, like a lot of fans and even the players, they feel as if like, okay, we have to go out and execute everything. Right. Well, what happens when you don't execute everything is you find out about your football team and who they are and what are they good at. And I think that's part of the process, especially as you introduce so many new players into this lineup, both on the offense and defensive side for Liberty, is like we figured out today, or they figured out today, hey, here's what we do well and here's what we don't do well. So like you talk about that growth period from the first game to the second game, you find out more about who you are.
The other thing, they didn't turn the ball over.
And
if you don't turn it over and you play pretty good defense, you're going to be in a lot of ball games throughout this season. Tough running there by Rashawn Marshall. Marshall up over 70 yards on the ground today.
2-minute timeout.
Gets us to the 2-minute timeout. Liberty trying to put the wraps on their first win of the season, leading 28-7. Here, a new look, Conference USA. Delaware and Missouri State joining the league this year. Liberty will see both of them this season. Liberty does not face Western Kentucky, which is the other favorite in the league along with the Flames. So they avoid them on the schedule this season.
Matt, give me your top 4 right there when you look at that list. Give me the top 4.
I'll go Liberty, Western Kentucky, Jacksonville State, and, oh boy, maybe Louisiana Tech? I don't know.
Sam Houston State.
Sam Houston, they lost their first time out. We'll see. They got a new coach down there. From the near side, being chased and eventually drug out of bounds. As Peavy, right now, I think if you're Maine, like, you love the fight.
Yeah.
You also kind of want to have your quarterback next week.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Better keep him healthy.
Yeah.
Now, I like Peavy. I like Peavy a lot.
I agree.
And I like Scott Woods. I think Scott Woods is a weapon that they need to use. I mean, Sincere Baines, Scott Woods, Peavy. I mean, they got some parts here that can do some damage.
And there will be a couple of plays that Maine looks back on and says, boy, if you'd have hit Scott Woods on the deep shot, that could have been a game-changing kind of play that just weren't quite able to convert on. 4th down now. Peavy, pressure comes, tries to escape it, will run for the first down, and smartly gets out of bounds.
Peavy's got some wheels for a big dude.
He does. We told you that back in, was it 23? 324 rushing yards, 12 rushing TDs for Mercer that year. But it was a knee injury early last season, and he just wasn't right really athletically after that. He played, but he just wasn't as mobile as he's normally is, and they're hoping they can get back to some of that running around here. It's funny, talking to their coaching staff, he went into the portal after he was at Mercer, and the OC, Mikhail Waters, said, I called him up. I didn't know he'd just gotten married.
Yeah, he's on a cruise.
He took my call on his honeymoon on a cruise.
Beautiful.
I was like, well, I guess he was... I guess it all worked out in the end. He said I may have had to apologize to his wife later for calling him up on his honeymoon, but I guess he answered, so it all worked out in the end.
Said he's bought. Where's Peavy from again? Excuse me, I forgot where he was.
Peavy's from Lawrenceville, Georgia.
Georgia, yeah, he's a Georgia guy, and they said that he was very excited to buy a winter coat. Yeah. He's embracing the Maine winter.
You have to. I liked the line Coach Stevens had. He said, you don't go through Maine, you only go to Maine.
That's right.
It's a destination.
It's a destination.
If you're coming there, it's on purpose. He's like, that's the attitude that we have with our guys. Like, you're here, you're not just passing, but you're here for a purpose. Like, let's get it done. And obviously being, having played at Maine himself, this job and this program so important to Jordan Stevens. They improved by 3 wins in 2024 compared to 23. They're hoping to continue moving the right direction. Preseason pick to finish 9th in the CAA this year.
Well, they're going to do better now.
Swing it out. Catch made by Baines. As he's hit and dropped after he gets up just shy of midfield. Ticks down towards 40 seconds to go. The Flames going to improve to 1-0. They can breathe again after things were awfully tense in this building for quite a while this afternoon.
Got a little dicey.
7-7 going into the 4th quarter before the Flames have reeled off 21 straight unanswered points. There's a connection. Nice throw and catch. First down, Tyee Stevens. Get out of Richmond, Virginia. Transfer from Hampton on the reception.
Good rhythm, good timing. Should be able to get one more playoff. Or maybe not.
We'll see.
Yep, that's it.
Going to do it. So that'll do it. Flames win it 28-7. Hard-fought victory for Liberty. Good showing from the Maine Black Bears. A lot to build on as they move forward. And for Liberty, things get tough real quick, and they're going to have to improve a little bit before they take the field next week at Jacksonville State.
Yeah, a lot to learn from the Flames today. Both sides of the ball, both teams learned a lot about their football teams today. And moving on the schedule, Both teams should have the opportunity for great growth. And I look at both these teams and say, man, they got an opportunity to win a lot of football games this year.
Never apologize for a win, Joe. Flames will take it, moving to 1-0. So for Joe Yock, Andy Corey, our entire team, I'm Matt Warner saying so long from Lynchburg, Virginia. For the final score, once again, Liberty 28, Maine 7. All games airing on the ESPN networks or streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.